Sam Watson and his team, we're going to stand together and fight this disease.
I come this way before, travel with open door. Circumstances navigated the path, and life happened all so fast. No, it got lonely. Sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm off beat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me. Cause I know life took a hold on. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a break with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games get played, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, it's only what you do, some things you gotta do, Expect the millions, take a second, see the blessing in it. With much expected, much is given. When I made the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness, yes. You can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine, let them see it brilliant. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it tonight. Oh, for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm ASICs. Learn and develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing in competition, back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lacking. While cancer slowing our road, I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, give inside away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going to and fight this final round. Life's a fight with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games get played, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is alive. Telling you the truth, it's only what you do, some things you gotta do,
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I can make it through the show tonight, y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, dog. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the show tonight, dog. What's up, love is the word. DB, Alex, hey, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm on my petty tonight. Leave me the fuck alone. All right, leave me the fuck alone. What up, Big Lloyd? Mark Wunderlich, man. What's up, MJ? Welcome back, man. What up, KJ, man? Whoo, man. Okay, a JP, but we gonna call him JQ, man. What up, RB? Okay, man. All right, man. What up, Hotep? Phil J. What's up, LeVar? CV Sports, man. What's up, man? What's up, man? Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, man. What up, PPD, man? What up, AJ McCoy? Money in the ghetto. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. We going straight to hell tonight, y'all. We going straight to hell tonight, dog. Oh, I can't, dog. I can't, man. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh man. Oh. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Man, you can't make this shit up, dog. Oh man. Hey. Hey, you say you got $1 billion. You own 9 skyscrapers. You own over 200 fighters. And you can't actually go find Mr. Bosley. How the fuck your money can't go find Mr. Bosley? You can't make this shit up. What up, Jay Gibb? How you can't go find him, man? How come you can't bring that nigga out of retirement? Oh my God. Hey, it's over, man. It's over. It's over, man. Hey. No one will ever forget this day, man. The day Floyd got minimized, man. Hey, my grandmama gave me that hat. You can't make this shit up, man. Dog. Man, you cannot make this shit up, man. Who would have thought? Oh my gosh. Who would have thought Floyd was hiding that shit underneath his Oh, that nigga said, hey, when was the last time you saw Floyd in the dad hat, man? Oh my gosh. Oh man. Floyd toupee weather. Oh man. Dog, you can't make this shit up, man. Every day. How the hell do we find news every day, dog? Oh man. Oh my God. Floyd was embarrassed, dog. He was embarrassed because he knew 50 Cent was gonna get his ass. He knew 50 Cent was gonna get him. Ain't no doubt about it. Oh. Didn't I tell y'all niggas 2 weeks ago? Jake Paul and them gonna make it about his hairline. I told you. They gonna come for his daughter next. I'm telling y'all niggas. Jake ain't got no chill. Nothing. If he say anything, if Floyd say anything off or deep, they sending his daughter to the graveyard, man, for sure, man. Floyd better leave them young niggas alone, man. They ain't got no listen, man. Those dudes ain't got no respect for boxing, man. They ain't here. Hey, dog. They don't respect Floyd like he's the greatest fighter of this era. They see Floyd as a stepping stone, man, to build their brand. They ain't thinking about, oh yeah, man, Floyd's the greatest fighter of all time. Listen, y'all niggas that care about the fight, who cares about the fight? Them niggas are building their brand. You know what I mean? And you know, it's just oh man. Oh my gosh, man. You can't make this shit up, dog. Like, how does Floyd got 100 niggas following him? How this dude got 100 niggas following him and nobody say, hey, yo, Floyd, dog. Hey, that's not a good look. Hey, and then I was thinking too. Who the hell is TMT's barber? Leonard Ellaby got a fucked up goatee with 3 shades too dark. You know what I mean? Oh man, Floyd got a fucked up hairline, got hair plugs, and man, the sun hit that shit, and Floyd was like, God damn. Man, I don't want to be that nigga, dog. Oh man. Man. I wouldn't want to be Floyd tonight because it's over for the nigga. In the morning? Oh man, this nigga gonna be donkey of the day. All that shit. Y'all niggas talking about, oh, Jake Paul got hit. Nah, Jake Paul is a hero to them white people. Jake Paul is a hero today. A hero. Not to me, but to all them people over the years that don't like Floyd, and all the black people that felt Floyd was disrespecting the culture and talking above us. He's a hero today. Everybody know Floyd. Everybody know Floyd gonna win the fight. Ain't no one. I mean, whether he win in round 1 or round 6, it don't matter. I mean, Logan Paul will be happy to land a punch. Man. This shit right here, dog. Man, this shit right here, dog, man. Whew. Man, you can't make this shit up. Where the Wilder hater at, man? Where he at? Come on in here, man. Where you at, man? But dog, y'all gotta come on home. When y'all niggas start going bald, man, come on, man. Just cut it off, man. Y'all niggas looking out here insecure like a motherfucker. Got $1 billion and can't find Mr. Bosley. Man, I ain't getting my no. I don't want my shit back. Nah, I'm bald. I'm bald, and I'll proudly say I'm bald. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. I'm bald. Where the Wilder hater at, man? What's up, man? What's up? What's up, man?
You know what I'm saying? What's up, man?
What up, Fred? Can you see me?
Yeah, I see you, man. How you feeling, big dog?
I'm good, baby. I'm good. Glad to be on the show tonight, baby.
Oh, man, we appreciate you. They've been waiting on your ass.
Oh, I've been waiting on them too. We got catching up to do, baby. We got to put it in rewind.
Fact. First of all, you was out here in LA this past weekend, and
Yes,
you was actually at the fight.
Yes, I was.
How was the fight?
Oh, it was electrifying. All the fight cards was pretty entertaining, fan friendly. Oh yeah, it was a good night. This kick off the Mexican Cinco de Mayo week. Yeah, it was crazy out there, especially the Tower Inferno. My boy Sebastian. Oh yeah, he's deadly. He's the whatever his nationality is, Paul Williams. He's reincarnated as Paul Williams.
Are you starting off already, dog?
Yes, he's slick. I like him.
He got hit 100 times, man.
Well, like I said, he brings the fight. He's calling out Jamil Charlo. You know what I'm saying? He knocked out a former opponent, Jorge Cotto. So he's definitely moving up the charts. You know, Samson gonna push him, so he's definitely gonna get like a Tony Harrison, somebody who can't punch hard, you know, to look good against in his next couple fights pretty soon. At 12 and 13-0, he's a force to be reckoned with, especially if he learn how to use that jab and keep that distance a little better.
Nah, he wants to fight, man. He wants to fight, man. He want to bang. I don't know why, but he definitely wants to bang. What do you think of the heavyweights?
I loved it. It was a Mexican slugfest. I kind of predicted that, a Mexican slugfest. Andy was going to win. You know, he's the money behind him. All the Mexicans out there was supporting him. They was booing Chris Arreola.
Really?
Yeah, in a sense. I guess it was whatever Andy Ruiz from, I guess it was more of their side in there than Chris Arreola. I guess it was the passing of the torch also. Yeah, so that played a big part.
I get that. Definitely the passion of the torch. Now, how do you see Andy Ruiz moving forward?
Andy Ruiz, he has to be marketed right. He has to, Al Nem has to pick the right opponents for him, you know, because he kind of short for that division. And his style keeps him in front of a 1-2 puncher. So if he try to step in there with Wilder, you know, who's a 1-2 puncher, he would get knocked out. So Andy got to be matched up, maybe against King Kong. That'll be an interesting fight because King Kong is older. He ain't fought since Wilder knocked him out. And plus, he could be damaged now. Time and those 2 knockouts can take an effect on him. So that's the next move, in my opinion, that Al should be making.
Who wins that fight?
I'm going to go with Andy Ruiz in that. Yeah, because time has come for King Kong. You know, that boxing and just staying on the outside, not being aggressive, will play parts with Andy. Andy is too quick, fast-handed. I think Andy will outpunch him and outscore him.
And you do think that who wins out of Ruiz and Wilder? You think?
Oh, Wilder. Andy Ruiz is tailor-made for Wilder because of Wilder 1-2 and his length and his distance. He'll be a perfect opponent for Wilder. That should be Wilder's maybe third fight back if Al will make it, because Andy will agree to it because he'll need the money. He'll want the big money. So I think that should be Wilder's third fight back, in my opinion. So, but Wilder should win by knockout because Andy stays in the line of fire of that right hand. He was getting hit all night long. So just imagine if Wilder hit him. So I think he will get taken out easily.
And we got a big one this weekend, right? We got Saunders and Canelo.
Yes. You know, I'm a Canelo affiliate.
When did you become a Canelo fan, dog?
No, I'm a Canelo kind of hater. Like, I'm a Canelo hater, but, you know, I love the sport of boxing. But it's an insult how they place Canelo up there. He's not the pound-for-pound best. He's getting money, and he's giving good paydays for opponents. I like that about him. But as far as him being the pound-for-pound best, he's not on there on my list because he don't have the stature or the mobility or the boxing IQ to be the pound-for-pound best.
Who is the pound-for-pound best?
Right now, I have to say the pound-for-pound best, you know, you have to give Earl Spence. You got to put him up there. I put him over Bud Crawford because of Earl's resume. I put him over there. I had to get Earl fighting, you know, recognizable opponents, they name. And there's probably some more other guys I can't think of now. I was just thinking on the PBC side. So I had to go with Earl Spence right now, in my opinion, because Earl is definitely getting it the hard way. He fought Sean. He fought Danny. He'll fight. He's going to fight Ugas. And then he's ready to fight any of the other guys. I don't think any of those guys at 147 going to beat Earl Spence.
Not giving any order. Fill out 4 more. Who's like in your 5 pound for pound? You don't have to give in any order, but just 5 fighters.
Okay, I'm trying to think of them. I know Earl. I like Earl. Who else? Let me see. I did like, let me see. I'm trying to think of. That's a good question. At lightweight, let me start with the lightweight. I like Devin Haney. I like Devin Haney at lightweight. I think he's the best, in my opinion, because he has the mobility and the agility than all the other ones. I like him number 2, even though he's haven't fought a lot of people, but I like his style and his game. And who else would I say? At middleweight, I like Jamel Charlo. He's up there. He's fighting. He's knocking them boys out. He's making a thing of his own at his division. You got to give him that because he's undisputed. I give him that. And then at heavyweight, I'm going to give my boy, you got to give pound for pound. I like AJ over Fury.
Really?
Boy, yes. I'm predicting. I'm going with AJ to beat Fury. Yes, I am. That's my pick. I've been told y'all way back in the days, my boy AJ. AJ definitely has the skills to win it all, in my opinion. And I'm leaning towards him to do it all, yes. Because not Wilder, but Fury to me is a one-trick pony. If you don't go for his feints, AJ should be able to manhandle him and engage him and make him fight. Fury don't like to fight. He like to feint you and throw you off your point. So if AJ fight big like he is, he will win. AJ throw better punches, combinations to the body and to the head. So he won't be missing shots to the head. He'll be landing to the body, then go to the head. So it's up to AJ and their trainers to do the right thing. But I'm going with AJ to win.
You're going with AJ to win. So you have rank your heavyweights.
I like AJ number 1. You got to go with Fury since he beat Wilder. Then Wilder number 2. Wilder could, in my opinion, Wilder can beat Fury if he does the right things. Like I was telling him back in the days, there's certain things you have to do if you want to be on that elite level. So only a king can knock off a king. So you definitely got to sharpen your skills to be a king and stay a king. So me, those the three. And then number 4, I got my boy out of Toledo, Ohio, Big Baby, the real Big Baby, Jared Anderson. He's number 4. He's only 10-0 or 8-0. No, and he's 9-0 with 9 knockouts. He's the next heavyweight after the dust settled between the big 3. So he's definitely going to be the next championship out of my hometown, 419. Okay. Big Baby. He's with Top Rank now. So they grooming him. So they hoping Fury can keep the belts so they can just hand them down to Big Baby Jared Anderson.
Hand them down.
Yes, that's how they do it. That's how Bob Arum them does it.
Yeah,
they keep everything in-house like they did with that Lomo and Telefimo. Yeah. That was a hand-down job. I'm still upset. My boy Comey should have whooped Telefimo anyway, easily. I told him, just stay behind your jab, be patient. You got to walk into him. But it was a lot of other stuff going on. That's why he lost the fight. In my opinion, Top Rank is hoping for that, but I believe my boy AJ going to come through with it. AJ going to upset the apple cards. Only way he'll lose is, like I said, if he comes with the wrong game plan. And I'm going to be judging him and his trainer, because if you watch AJ throws good body work and head work. So that's going to nullify. If you watch Fury, anybody that was aggressive against him didn't go for his erky jerk feints, did him in. Ola Violin had good success. Steve Cunningham had good success. They was going forward at him. They weren't falling for them feints and stuff. That's how he threw Wilder off, by feinting and jab, stepping, Wilder playing with him like that. No, you have to set up punches and be aggressive against him. So that's where AJ should win the fight, in my opinion, with a good training and a good camp, being in shape and being ready. So that's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But my other guys is, I'm trying to think of who else. I'm trying to think who else. You got to go with some of them cruiserweights. Them boys been doing it.
Who down there?
The cruiserweight, you got to go with Beat a Ball or whatever.
He's not light heavyweight.
No, they cruiserweights. I thought they cruiserweights.
Oh, Arthur Betev. Yeah, boys. He ain't bad. I like him. Even though he don't have that many fights, but I do. He's highly skilled. He's got great poise in the ring as well. Really good poise. I shouldn't say.
There's so many other little fighters that I like that a lot of people might not understand it. But I like my boy Albert Bale from Toledo, Ohio. Not to just brag on my city. He only have 5 knockouts. He's 18-0. He does with the art of boxing. He dissect fighters in the ring. I'm waiting for him and Shakur Stevenson to get it on for supremacy, but Shakur is on a higher, different level than he, because Shakur already got it set up what they're going to do with him over at Top Rank. Albert is signed with Top Rank also.
Sure.
But his skill set is up there with them, in my opinion, as far as the art of boxing. So that's why they won't match those type of guys up.
Right.
Because like I said, a king can only beat a king. A pound can't do it, but a king can't. So that's why they carefully maneuver fighters throughout their career until there's no other moves on the board. Then they got to cash out.
You're right.
Yeah, that's how the game goes.
All right, we got Lady Shan coming in. She want to holler at you.
Oh, okay. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Al. What's up? What's going down?
What it do? You with the guru?
Hi, Guru. Nice to meet you. Hi, Fred. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Not always happy with all the things you say, Fred, but we can get onto that.
That's okay.
I agree with you. I'm the AJ fan girl. What I'm always accused of. Not massive on Fury at all. Not massive on Deontay Wilder. No secret of it at all. I just talk it how it is. To beat Wilder didn't take a genius game plan. Wilder can't fight on the back foot. He doesn't throw any combos. He doesn't have an established jab. It was easy. Once you take away the right hand and put him on the back foot, I don't understand why that was just such why everyone thinks it was a mastermind game plan. I don't know why everyone didn't think of that before, but if you're not fighting anyone of caliber, they're not going to probably think of that type of game plan. Most of Wilder who he fought weren't really anyone substantial, to be honest. But yeah, so yeah, I'm down with you. Fury's gonna have to do a lot. It's both of them. It's a hard fight for both of them, for AJ and Fury. But I got AJ all the way, like you said. AJ's a great inside fighter, so where Fury isn't, he's not going to be able to keep AJ at the end of a jab, and AJ's not going to be able to keep Fury at the end of a jab. But where he will come in is on the inside, throw those combos. He's got power in both hands. Great left hook, great right hook, great right uppercut, as we all know. So I don't understand why people gas up Tyson Fury. I can bang on him all day, to be fair, with all facts.
Oh yeah, well you know they're gonna think like that because you know of the old cliche. They love a great white hope.
Yeah, that's what it is.
They love that. So that's one of the things that gonna play a major part in this fight.
Mm-hmm.
The boxing guys want this, or the bigger entities want this, and AJ got to take a back seat to it. That's why I'm putting it out right now to say, I know how AJ fights. I want the fans to watch how AJ fights. And then when the fight happens, to see if he going to fight like that. Not play with all these feints and all this people putting their money on him, and then you just letting this guy move around the ring and you ain't trying to get to him. Because you know they got a 2-fight deal. So I'm going to be watching carefully under the microscope to see how they play this out. This is like a movie, a saga. So it got to have 2 parts. So they got to play it real slick.
Well, initially it started off as a 2-fight deal. Now Eddie Hearn saying that it's a 1-fight deal. I think it's because it's been so hard to achieve the 2 fights with the history that Tyson Fury has. He never really honors, as we know, rematches, and so I just really think whether he wins or loses, the bag that he's going to get to fight AJ, he's not going to do a rematch, in my opinion. He's just going to retire. To be fair,
He's ready to retire. I think they're probably waiting for the COVID to lift, maybe in July, so they can have it over there. I don't know if that can help generate some money over there, because in England that won't be enough over there.
No, we're under too many restrictions. So it just makes sense to have. If there was going to be a second fight, they were saying the second fight. By the time the second fight happens, the UK would be more open to be able to facilitate that. But at the minute, this doesn't make any sense. And us as Brits, we're not butthurt over it. We understand. We overstand it. It's cool. Have the first fight in Saudi or wherever is able and capable to have it, and we'll see you on the flip side. No problem. Still 2 of our fighters fighting. It's cool.
Oh, okay. I don't know if it was gonna play out like that. You know, with the world kind of lifting it up in July or whatever, because because the U.S. is opening up around then. So I figure maybe y'all was. So I thought it might be over there because it's been 100 years. They said they ain't had a unified champ over or a heavyweight champ over there. So I just thought, cards for it to happen like that or whatever.
Yeah, it's a shame that it can't happen like that. But I mean, okay, what can you do? It's us against Mother Nature. We lose. So we're cool. In Saudi Arabia, I think they're only maybe 2-3 hours ahead of us. So it makes sense. We won't have to stay up until 5 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's cool.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad you're rooting for AJ.
I'm just rooting for him. I'm going by the science of it. I know with the skill set he has, he can win, but it's just a few variables that I might be leery of. Like I said, the bigger picture and him and his trainer not doing the right things. That's where I became not famous, but YouTube recognized, because I see a lot of stuff the fighters not doing. And that's why I say what I say, because I want to bring it to their coattail to make it more effective. And to teach from afar, so that's what I was trying to do in my whole ordeal on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Lady Shan, we getting a little feedback from you.
You sure it's from me?
Oh, is it?
Or is it from?
I don't think it's from me.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's from E. Is it from you, E?
Let me mute and just see.
Okay. Yep, it's you.
Where is it coming from? Where's it coming from, though? I was just on somewhere else. I didn't have any feedback. Strange. I'm not sure why.
So you disagree with me on what? Out of curiosity.
On everything.
Well, you and I gonna have to do a show together. I just subscribed to your channel. I was introduced to you when I saw you on Blue Blood. And so yeah. So we can have you on and we can
no, you saw I wasn't on Blue Blood. Blue Blood was on my channel.
Yes, he sure was. And yeah, that was great.
Shouts out to Blue.
Yeah, and so I just got introduced to you, so I got to catch up on your videos,
Yeah, you probably won't like them.
I don't mind because I like I think the greater the disagreement, the greater the conversation, especially on a YouTube platform, So I love people, like I say, I love people who disagree with me. Love it.
Yeah, I just think that at times, like I've turned on the TV and seen you like banging on a couple of friends of mine, so I wasn't really that appreciative of that. So.
Oh, you got friends? I don't know who I pick on.
Well, you was banging on Tunde and you was banging on.
Oh yeah, that was a terrible interview. Oh my God, that was a hellacious interview.
Why was it such a bad interview? Why was it?
Because it was like lack of preparation. I haven't thought about that shit in so long. It was the Mark Breland interview. And the questions wasn't layered like to get answers or something like that, or
because you have to understand that they wasn't even supposed to ask any questions about Wilder in the first place, and his lawyer was there.
Well, that makes it worse. That makes it worse.
His lawyer already told them, listen, before this interview, I don't understand why I'm feeding back because I was just on somewhere else and it wasn't feeding. Strange. His lawyer already warned them, do not ask any questions concerning Deontay Wilder. But Tunde went ahead and did it anyway, which, thank God, whether or not people liked it or not, at least you got some kind of answers and some kind of conversation from the man at the end of the day. He didn't go on anybody else's channel. There's much bigger channels than The Fight Is Right, big up The Fight Is Right, but he chose to go on somewhere else where I think it was a bit neutral and not so judgmental.
No, I get that, and that validates my point about the lack of preparation because there was no pre-pro. Because if what's the other gentleman's name? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Tunde Spencer.
Spencer, yeah, Spencer. If Spencer knew and Tunde didn't know, I mean, we got a private box on StreamYard. I'm not sure if they were using StreamYard or you could just type it in the, even if they couldn't talk before the show. So that just that enhances what I was saying. It looked like they were more concerned with who knows more. Like they were pissing on each other about, I know more about boxing than you. You don't know more about boxing than me. I know when Mark Breland put on his gloves. I know when Mark Breland took his first piss.
Yeah, but do you know the concept of that show? Because the concept of that show is when they have guests, the whole point is that they speak about the guests' achievement, the guests' career, the guests' accolades. So that's what Spencer, as a boxing historian, that's his role that he plays on The Fight Is Right. That's his role that he plays in any platform that he goes on.
I get it.
That's his forte. That's what he does. So it's not, and they're great friends, and it's not like, oh, I know more than that. They each have their role. Tunde's the happy-go-lucky trainer, and Spencer's the analytical with all the stats and facts. So yeah, it may have looked
a bit self-absorbed. It looked a bit self-absorbed.
It looked self-absorbed.
Yeah, yeah. Because if you spend 3 minutes,
I'm shivering. It's cold in England.
Oh, it's cold. Yeah. Why did and both y'all can answer this question. Feel free, both of y'all.
Asking for 50 million. You're asking a $50 million question with a $1.99 super chat. Great stuff.
Well, I'll start with that one. Why take the 50 million? Because in 2022 or 2023, he gonna get what, 80 to 90 million? So why take the 50 million? Can you hear me, Fred?
Yeah, we hear you just fine.
Yeah, so no, it wasn't the time for that. It wasn't the time for that. AJ was on the other side. He was doing his thing. And the odd part, the person who was workable was Fury. It was perfect for him. Plus, Wilder matched up with Fury better, in my opinion, than AJ. And so,
by the way, dude, that was a joke before he started banging on me, because I know how your audience are. That was a joke.
Oh, okay. No, they gonna say what they want to say.
Yeah, so no, but it's better now. It's better now because
he didn't cut. That was all tongue in cheek. AJ actually said, like, all right, if you got 50 million for me, holler. And then Deontay Wilder hollered via an email to Eddie Hearn, like, yeah, we can do the deal. So Eddie Hearn was like, well, get your people to send the contract. That's not how business is done. Like, Deontay Wilder is not supposed to be hollering at the promoter to say, yeah, we're doing the deal. Get your people, your officials, to shout Eddie Hearn. And if you're really serious, draft the contract and let's have a look at it. And then we can go from there. Nothing happened. All he did was attach his name to AJ to rise up his stats and rise up his stature. I don't care who likes it or not on this channel. I talk the truth. To raise up his profile, and then all in the meantime dragged AJ's name through the mud till the other day. Then tweets, "Oh, Fury, I turned down $120 million deal with AJ because I wanted to honor it with you." And then Eddie Hearn retweeted it and said, "Thank you for now telling the truth." And then in one foul swoop, because he got so much backlash, he then deleted the tweet. But the internet is undefeated. Anything you post can never be eternally deleted anyway. So it doesn't matter. Like, so if everybody wants to run with the 50 million AJ ducked narrative, cool, run with it. But most know the truth. So there was no ducking. He admitted he ducked AJ. As clear as day.
He admitted he ducked it. He ducked it. I mean, excuse me, he ducked AJ. When did he admit he ducked AJ?
On Twitter. Remember? For the 3-fight deal. To fight Dominic Brazil and two to fight AJ twice. He admitted that he ducked that deal because he wanted to fight Tyson. He was supposed to, him and Tyson Fury got their little romance going on at that time. So he admitted it. It's out there on Twitterville. You can still go and Google the tweet. The tweet is Googleable. Go ahead and Google it. It's still there.
It just wasn't the time. It just wasn't the time for it.
But you also know that if Wilder had signed with DAZN, there's no guarantee the AJ fight would have happened because AJ's not signed to DAZN.
It would have happened because Eddie Hearn is with DAZN. So that was the whole point why they was offering him the deal. If they was offering him 120 million to have a 3-fight deal, regardless of it being on DAZN, they wouldn't have offered the deal if it wasn't achievable.
No, because you can dispute that by saying They tried the same thing with Triple G and Canelo, and they still can't get the third fight. That's the
That's
reason
not.
why they signed both of them, but because they have an exclusive deal
But
with
that's
the
them.
zone versus being independent, huh?
But that's them. That's that deal. As far as us concerned, that's nothing to do with Eddie Hearn, was it? Triple G and Canelo. Wasn't that to do with?
Yes, Triple
Wasn't
G
that,
is Eddie
yeah.
Hearn. Mm-hmm.
And then and Canelo was with at that time.
And now they're both with Eddie Hearn, and they still can't get the fight.
No, it's
He's
not
going to
that
fight Mayweather. He's going to
Well-
fight some Japanese guy.
It's not that they can't get the fight. What weight cat is now? What weight cat is Triple G? Is he 168 or 160?
Yeah, he said he'll go up to 168 to fight him. So he fights
Okay,
at
well he's 160.
Uh-huh.
He's not in the same weight cap, so there's no point of even talking about it. Canelo's on the road to undisputed.
Oh, you being
If you're
defensive
not-
now.
if
He
you're
would
not-
fight him
if
at
you're-
168. Triple G said he would fight him at 168.
But shoulda, coulda, woulda. We're not dealing with shoulda, coulda, woulda.
No,
You
but I'm
wanna
just
fight-
proving.
if you want to go up to 168, my G, go up to 168 and stop talking, and then we can maybe make the fight. But at the end of the day, you don't need Triple G for the road to undisputed at 168. Canelo's done 160. He's gone up. So let's not talk about we could have. Well, get up to 168, and then maybe we'll talk about it. But even if you get up to 168, really and truly, we don't need you because who's got the belt? Billy Joe Saunders, hence that's what they're fighting. Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo. What's Triple G going to be about it? Let Triple G stay and argue with Chris Eubanks Jr. Them two can argue at 160. That's where they are arguing at. We're dealing with 168. We've got big things to do. Both of them. Canelo's got big things to do. We're not worried about Triple G. Canelo fought him twice. We're not worried about that.
No, but I'm not talking about in the ring stuff. I'm talking about outside the ring. And that's a great parallel comparison with if Deontay Wilder had to sign with the Zone and AJ being a free agent, Triple G is signed with the Zone and Canelo's a free agent, and the Zone still can't get Triple G and Canelo to fight a third time when Eddie Hearn is the agent. Is the promoter, excuse me.
Because but as far as I'm aware, Eddie Hearn, that's not on Eddie Hearn's priority list at this minute. They fought twice.
And that's what I'm saying about once you sign the contract, you don't get the fight. Demetrius Andrade don't get the fights. You understand what I'm saying? So that's
they don't get the fights because he don't get the fights. Andrade needs to, I don't know, they need to revise whatever business. People need to stop trying to muddy waters and deal with things on a case by case, issue instead of going, well, this was this over here and that over there. So no, they're all individual deals. Doesn't matter if it's the same promoter, it's individual deals. AJ didn't duck anybody.
DB has a question for you. I'm gonna do my best, DB. British Beauty. Do you know what kick rocks mean?
Yes, I do know what kick rocks mean. Show me how to do it. You show me how to do it. When you kick rocks, then I'll watch you kicking the rocks. Go ahead. Bye.
I think Boo Boy want to holler at you. Boo Boy is in the chat. So
go ahead. Where are you, Blue? Hi, Blue.
So you don't like Wilder at all. He doesn't like Wilder either. He's the Wilder hater.
It's not about not liking Wilder. What? Okay, I'll tell you what. I don't like Fury at all. When Wilder was going to fight Fury the first time, I was rooting for Wilder to knock Fury out. When the second fight happened, I was rooting for Wilder to knock Fury out. But then when all the bullshit happened, a fan base can actually make you not like a fighter. A fan base that deals in delusions of grandeur. Hello, love.
Blue, what up, baby?
A fan base, let me just finish. A fan base yeah, it can really make you not like a fighter, or when a fighter comes out with, you know, the George Foreman rhetoric of everybody was against me and I was under a mass conspiracy because I'm so important that everybody had to conspire against me for me to lose and then to gain what? Who knows? So when I see somebody endorse bullshit, unfortunately, it could be my own mum. If my mum is wrong and endorses bullshit, I'm the first one to call it and say, no, mum, that's shit. So Wilder is not exempt from this either. He's not exempt. So if you're not going to correct your fan base and come out and say, do you know what, guys, fall back. I got what I got and I got the evidence and I'm going to bring out the evidence. I'm going to be fully behind Wilder all damn day because I don't like Fury at the best of times. Yeah, at the best of times. He hasn't got good character. He did cheat previously before on things. He is a liar. He doesn't stand on his square ever, ever. So I call it how I call it. I don't care if he's British and I'm British, so I'm going to go along with it. No, I wanted Wilder to knock him out. And if they have a third fight, I'm all for it. And I still want Wilder to knock him out. But in the meantime, I will bang on Wilder and nobody can tell me nothing. Whoever don't like it, don't watch it.
Now we know that
Hi, Blue, you right? What's going down?
What's going on with you? How you feeling?
Up. Back in my red jumper. Like the first time we spoke. Are you good now?
Yeah, I'm good. We y'all know we can't have this up there. We embellishing this Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. We ain't telling the truth up there. We gotta tell the truth.
No, we are telling the truth, Blue. So let's not go down there.
No, we ain't. No, we ain't.
Going down that little river denial.
All right, let's first. You said that if he would have signed the contract with DAZN, right, for a 2-fight deal with Joshua, right?
3. It was a 3-fight deal, but 1 with Dominic Brazil and 2 with Anthony Joshua.
Now we know that's not true because DAZN came out and said that they made a mistake. We do know this, right?
Well, no, I don't know this. So you're gonna have to show me that. You're gonna have to show me that. You're gonna have to show me that.
So the owner of DAZN, he came out and he said that they dropped the ball in negotiation with Deontay Wilder because they tried to lowball him. They didn't understand his worth. They tried to lowball him, and they dropped the ball. They apologized publicly here in the States to Deontay Wilder.
Okay, well,
right? For dropping the ball. Hold on.
If I saw that, then I'm with that. Then if they've made a formal apology,
and on top of it, Deontay Wilder asked them to show them proof that they would guarantee Anthony Joshua on the back end of that deal, and they could not do it because Anthony Joshua is not signed to DAZN. So they could not do that.
Okay.
Right. So you see it right there.
Okay.
Executive Chairman John Skipper admits to messing up $100 million deal with Deontay Wilder. Right. So he publicly came out and he did that.
Okay.
They couldn't guarantee. Eddie Hearn can't deliver that fight. It's just like this, right? Eddie Hearn, he also signed Luis King Kong Ortiz to Matchroom and promised Luis Ortiz that he would give the Joshua fight, and he never got the Joshua fight. Right. So we can't go by Eddie Hearn word. And on top of that, when let's talk about that $50 million offer.
What was the Ortiz fight to gain?
Luis Ortiz, he signed the Matchroom.
Yeah, what was it? What does your Ortiz have for Joshua to fight him for?
What you mean?
What's the necessity for Joshua to fight?
Well, Eddie Hearn wanted to sign him.
Yeah, but
this is before he lost. This is before he lost to Wilder. This is before he fought Wilder.
Okay. Right? Yeah, but what did Ortiz have?
Ortiz was top 3 in the ranking system.
What straps did he have?
He didn't have a belt. He didn't have a belt.
He didn't have a WBC belt, did he?
No, he didn't have a belt.
Wilder had that. So.
All right. So did
the other straps? What did he need to fight?
Okay. So did Dillian White ever have a belt?
That was you know what that was for? What was that for?
It was for nothing.
What was that? Yeah, what was that for?
Each one of them needed
Nothing.
drugs in the game.
It was a grudge match, wasn't it? Because Dillian White beat him.
But what was it? But what?
in
But we ain't
amateurs.
talking about grudge matches. So
Well,
Luis
there are
Ortiz is a
grudge
bigger.
matches.
But
There are
but look,
grudge matches, and that was one of them. And
all right. But what? But what? But you act.
they already made the decision that they
But
was
that
going
sounds
to
good.
fight
That sounds good.
regardless. They was
But
going to
that sounds
fight
that
regardless.
sounds good though. But
So
listen,
they
that sounds
fought.
good. That sounds good. But
No,
nothing was on the
not
line.
sound good. That's what it was.
It was a mystery. It was a mystery grudge match. Nothing was on the line. There was no
It
belt on the
wasn't
line.
a mystery. If you're into boxing, you knew it wasn't a mystery. Grudge
No.
match.
In the UK, that was a big fight because they're rivals in the UK. That's mystery.
No, it's not.
Okay, so what was on the line?
It's,
What did you
there's,
see?
There's
What
no
was
mystery.
legit?
There's no mystery when you know
what
that
was
it's
on
a
the
grudge match.
Okay,
It's
so I'm
grudge
asking you.
match. So why is it
I'm asking you. What was on the line that you could hold?
Nothing, because it was a grudge match.
So
why
it's
is that a
mystery then.
No.
So there's nothing.
No. That's
It's
not
nothing.
a mystery, Blue. Let's operate from facts. A mystery means when you don't know why somebody fought.
What did Anthony
We know
Joshua win
why
by beating
they
Dillian
fought.
White?
We know why they fought
Because
because
Dillian White knocked him out in the amateurs.
yes.
But I'm asking you.
Stupid rivalry.
Okay, but in the
No,
professionals, in the professionals, what did he win from beating Dillian White?
What does Devin Haney? Doesn't Devin Haney have?
Wait, you walking me around the block. I'm tired. You know what? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. And you walking me around the block. Now you talking about Devin Haney. We talking about heavyweight.
It's 10 to 6 here, and I'm definitely not walking anywhere. I'm definitely sitting down on my couch. I've not moved to walk around any block.
Look. You getting ready to tell me about Devin Haney? I'm asking you about
that was what I was saying in a comparison. When there's grudge matches, there's not always a belt to fight for in certain instances, which the Dillian White was a grudge match. That is what I'm trying to clarify. Now, moving along swiftly to Luis Ortiz, there was not much reason to fight Luis Ortiz. That's false.
Let me tell you why that's false.
He wasn't going over there anyway because Wilder needed food to eat. AJ needed.
No. You're wrong.
Dylan White.
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
He signed.
No, I can't. Listen.
Why don't you let people speak?
Because he's wrong.
Why don't you let? Why don't you give people the respect?
Luis Ortiz signed with Matchroom
to have their word.
Listen, you know why y'all want that? You know why you want me to do that?
This is what you do, Blue. This is what you do. You don't let no one
This is what I do.
No, but
guess what happened? Guess what happened?
Guess what happened? It's not fair.
Guess what happened? He signed the Matchroom.
Okay, you go ahead and speak. But
he signed to Matchroom.
You two do the thing.
So I'm correct. I'm correcting the great brother. Listen, I'm correcting the great brother. He signed the Matchroom, Eric. He signed the Matchroom, and he didn't get the fight. He went over there. He signed. And they promised him Anthony Joshua.
Just like Andy went over there.
No.
Right, but you don't know the history between Eddie Hearns and Al them. You don't know when in New York.
It doesn't matter.
Right, but you didn't ever see all them boys together. You don't know that they need food to eat. AJ needs certain food to eat to build up a master fight.
Ortiz signed to Matchroom. Ortiz signed to Andy Ruiz never signed to Matchroom. Andy Ruiz was still with the PBC. Luis Ortiz signed with Matchroom.
So what that mean? What is you saying?
All right, this is why I overtalk. He signed with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, and they promised him he would get the Joshua fight.
Instead of getting Joshua,
yes, he did.
He got Wilder.
Who got Wilder?
He got Wilder instead of AJ, right?
He had to get out of his contract with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn because they promised him they promised him Joshua fight. He didn't get it. He had to get out his contract with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn. He signed with them in hopes to get the Joshua fight, and then they promised him the Joshua fight and didn't give it to him. Then he got out the contract. This is before the Wilder fight. He got out the contract with Matchroom. That's when he came back to the PBC. Plain and simple. So they didn't give him what he promised. The dude has only got 2 fights in his career, and that's against Wilder.
That's
Well,
what. This is what
sometimes
you
it goes
do.
like that. Sometimes, Blue, it goes like that. When
Okay.
you building a champ up, you gotta have the right food for him to eat to make him look like a king. Maybe
So they wasn't building up Joshua?
yeah, they built him up. They had the people over there. They had Dylan White and whoever else they fed to him.
So why they send him? So why they bring in Ortiz and
Maybe
didn't
they,
give it to him?
maybe they wanted to. Maybe they wanted to.
No,
And
we
then-
know they wanted to. They wanted to avoid him.
But then the matchmaking probably told him he's a dangerous foe right now. He might be not what we want. We need somebody like a Dylan or somebody like that.
Right. But he signed over there.
Right, he don't fit that. Sometimes
Okay, but he signed there with the hopes of getting the fight with Joshua. We can't overlook that. He didn't get the fight. So my point is this.
A lot of promoters tell people.
Okay, but this is my point. If the PBC right now, listen to this. If the PBC signed Terrence Crawford in October, if the PBC signed Terrence Crawford in October and tell him he's going to get the Errol Spence fight, and he never gets the Errol Spence fight, right? How could we say, well, if you sign with the PBC, you can guarantee to get this fight? No, you can't guarantee them to get him a fight, right?
All right, can I answer this question? Choose a side, no back and forth.
Errol Spence got to finish his mission first.
No, never mind the mission. Just listen to what I just said. We saying Deontay Wilder didn't sign with the Zone, right?
Right.
She said that he avoided Anthony Joshua. He didn't sign with the Zone to get the 2-fight deal. I said the Zone dropped the ball, right? And even if he did sign, because Anthony Joshua
stand corrected. I'm not one of those people that once I'm at I'm going to
start their business.
So I don't understand what the problem is. If that's what they said, that's what they said.
Right. So what I'm saying is they couldn't promise, they couldn't guarantee Deontay Wilder the Joshua fight. Period.
Not
so
them,
that's fake.
They just started to launch their program. They have to follow a protocol.
No, they didn't just start. But when that was? When they said that they was going to do the 2-fight deal, that was after the first Tyson Fury fight with Deontay Wilder.
Right, but they still was trying to get subscribers and all that.
Yeah, but they launched that in 2018.
Right, but they still was trying to reach a certain number.
Okay, so then why? So that's what I'm saying. Okay,
why would you have the face of the Zone not finish?
Who was the face of the Zone
at that time? Was it AJ? Was it AJ?
He can't be the face of the Zone. He not signed to the Zone.
No, but I'm saying he was with Eddie Hearns. So Eddie Hearns was with the Zone.
So y'all making my point exactly. Then how could Deontay Wilder turn down Joshua?
It wasn't meant for them to fight then. It wasn't meant for them to fight at that time.
No, we ain't talking about what was meant and was not meant. She just said that Deontay Wilder avoided the Joshua fight.
No,
we ain't talking about what was meant and what was in the cards.
He didn't avoid that. No, he didn't avoid the fight. It wasn't the best interest at that time.
Okay, so then we got to say Joshua didn't want to fight him, right?
No, then both of them gonna fight each other.
No, we ain't gonna do that.
They gonna fight then. They gonna fight.
We ain't gonna do that. He offered that man. He offered that man $50 million.
Shall we answer the super chats? Because people are talking about. She don't know what she's talking about. Just a soul, like Mary J. Blige. I always get called Mary J. It's quite.
Okay, baby, I love you.
UK, colors.
This is UK. Them soup coolers are turning desert dry because you're speaking BS. Okay, hi, Reggie. I was only on your show the other day, wasn't I? On your comments, wasn't I the Queen then? Now all of a sudden you come over here and you're dissing. But this is what you guys do over here and all the normal channels. So it's nothing. It doesn't faze me. I'll speak very well in a minute. But go ahead. What's the rest of the super chats?
Appreciate you, Box Man.
I think someone said, no, not that one. Oh yeah, no, not that one. We already went through that one. Yeah,
she don't know what she's talking about. Control, looking like Mary J.
Mary J. face caught in a radiator. Great stuff. Yeah, okay. Great stuff. I hope you're fine.
She said it's great stuff.
Oh man, but E, you want to respond?
Respond to what? It's just as far as Wilder and AJ.
Yeah, sure.
Well, at that time, like I said, It's just like what Sean said. When business is being conducted, they
Sean
get
Sean
a
Porter
king.
got a pimp.
Right.
His name is Al Heyman, dog. Sean Porter got a pimp, dog.
Listen. When business is being conducted, Fred, when business is being conducted, you got one king on the board. In the U.S. at that time was Deontay Wilder. He was the king. Over there across the pond was AJ. Both of them was kings. They over there doing their own thing. They management team has to work together to make them superstars so they can eventually fight each other. That's how the game goes. So if it happens too early, hey, you owe too much back pay. We got too much money invested in you. We ain't letting you fight these guys right now. It's not meant like that. So that's where Dylan White's and all the pawns came into place for them. For Wilder, them. King Kong, all the pawns for him. For Wilder, all the pawns. So, but now, when the dust, ain't no more moves for either one of them. They got to fight each other. They still need the money, so they're going to fight each other. And then it's going to be more than the $50 million that people said it was dumped and this and that. And then you're going to see who was the best. You're going to see then how it play out. Because they old and they got to cash out.
Rod wants your number. If you put it in the private chat, I'll gladly send it over. He'll WhatsApp you later.
Okay, cool.
Jay Gibb said, "Ruthless, mate. Ruthless, mate.
Ruthless, mate. Yeah.
And they like easy work, Blue Blood. Easy work.
I don't know what was the work. What was the work here? What happened?
He's ethering you. He's ethering you. He's ethering you.
Okay, cool.
No, that's just the boxing information. You know what I mean? Boxing information.
Well, that time,
AJ hides behind Eddie. But
no, hide behind that. It's the business deal, Fred. No, it's the business that goes along with it. You can't fight who you want to when you want to. That's how boxing goes.
He don't do interviews.
So let me ask you this question, E. Would Deontay Wilder would have took the fight, right? Al would have made the fight for Deontay Wilder, right?
You think? No, I don't think so. No.
Why not? They showed us. They showed the $50 million was there.
Wilder, in my opinion, Wilder is worth more than $50 million back then. He would have been.
But he was willing to take $12 million flat to fight Anthony Joshua.
Continue.
Like I said, they can say anything. They can tell people anything. They tell people that all day long, and people believe it. When they told people I was a Wilder hater, but when I told people what was going to happen, it happened.
That's the one, Fred. Could you put up the super chat where it says, "Lady, pick a side, please"?
Oh, I can't go back.
I can't go back. You got to wait till the management ready for them to fight. Like Earl and Bud, you got to wait till they ready.
What you mean wait till they ready? They ready now.
It says to something to the effect of "Lady,
Earl got work to do on his side.
We can't have
the team has work to do. Earl got to work.
Hey, E, how they not ready? Terrence Crawford gonna be 34. Errol Spence is 31.
Hang
what
on,
they waiting for?
Listen.
Let me just answer, because I did see someone say, like, "Yo, lady, pick a side." Like, you're either like Wilder or you're like, and then you're with Fury. Like, I think I explained it when I came on. Did I not? I said quite clearly that I don't support Tyson Fury, but I don't believe as yet, until there is undeniable proof that Tyson Fury cheated. That in that instance, I don't root for Fury. If you know anything about me, and Blue knows that. Blue, do I root for Fury? Blue?
No.
So, yeah, so I don't root for Fury, but I'm operating from a place of facts. So if I can't see all of these mad conspiracy theories matching with or be backed by any facts, I can't go with it. She big mad at my comment. I can't remember what your comment was, babe. Sorry. But Deontay Wilder, like I said, I was rooting for him to beat Fury on the 2 occasions. But I'm not going along with his bullshit. At the minute, he's full of shit. Until he proves that he's not full of shit, then I'll be right at the back waving a Deontay Wilder flag quite happily. Until then, if you just have lost and just said, you know, my little costume was a bit heavy, we would have said, all right, cool, we'd have laughed for like 10 minutes and we would have kept it pushing. But conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory, and then you're coming up aiding and abetting these theories and saying that you've got proof but not giving us any proof, it just looks a bit pussy-olish. Yeah? It don't look good. It don't look good. And if you want me to... So I'm not a Deontay Wilder hater. I'm just somebody that expresses my opinion, which I'm fucking entitled to, and nobody in this chat can tell me nothing. I don't care what your views or opinions are of me. You can mock. Good, you can send in super chats that are $5 mocking me, and you're making Fred a rich man through the mockery.
No, it goes back to the community.
But that's all you guys resort to. That's all, because sometimes, I'm not being bad, a lot of you guys' IQ levels are lower than my shoe size, which is a size.
Oh, is that so? Deontay Wilder is a massive risk.
Which is a size 4 UK. Yeah. So if you want to operate how you operate and only can be reduced to calling names and you can't have a conversation, then that's you. I don't care. Moving along swiftly. Her eyebrows look like a yeah, I saw that like that. What when I did that? Sad emoji face. $5. You send her half a dub. Chat. Go on with it. I like it. Send on the money. Send it. Go ahead. What's next?
Listen, so does Tyson Fury have a history of cheating?
Yes.
So why is it
Dude, ask me questions that we've already spoke about.
No, but I'm asking this question though. Yeah. So why is it far-fetched to believe Deontay Wilder then?
Because there was too many. There was just too many things that was not in my feelings, babes. I'm not in my. Like, I'm as calm as day. I don't know what the hell I'm in my feelings. Gosh, man. There was too many things that didn't add up. Like I said, if there's proof of somebody doing all of these things to you and you prove it, take the man to criminal court for attempted murder. I'll be down with it. I'll be down with it. But until then, I'm not down with it. That's it. You can't change my opinion, and I'm not on this show to change yours. But I'm not being disrespectful because of your opinion's different from me. I'm not calling you names because your opinion is different from mine. Grow up. It's not that fucking deep.
Mike Weary says we want to see your biscuits.
I don't know what biscuits are.
What?
Oh, I thought it was like UK slang. I don't know
what UK is. I don't know that. Sorry. Next.
Shelton, Mr. Shelton, he says, what are you talking about?
No, he said, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
Well, there's 4 of us on the panel, so I don't know who that's directed to. Next.
Oh, woke the truth. Said, we've seen your channel. You lie.
You lie.
You lie.
Okay. Next. What? Oh, you're not allowed to wear wigs. You're not allowed to wear wigs all of a sudden. Don't your girl and your mum wear a wig? I'm sure they do.
No, wiggy.
Yeah, I'm sure that their girls and their mums wear wigs.
No, I don't think that was for wigs. I think
I'm sure it is. I'm sure
really?
Their mums wear wigs.
I'm out of the loop because I don't know what I'm missing.
Does your mum wear a wig?
It's funny how the interpretation is funny. I was thinking of the pigs, wiggity, like you're wiggity out of a lie.
No.
Really?
Their mums wear wigs,
Oh,
and maybe even some of their dads do. So let's keep it moving. Yeah, it's deep like that. She looks like Raw Digger. Get that all the time as well. Black men don't like wigs. Okay. Is this the level of conversation on bread?
we go everywhere.
Barbershop conversation.
Oh, yeah, we go.
Barbershop conversation.
We go
And
everywhere.
I thought there was like people with IQs over 100 because if IQ's less than 100, that means you're retarded, right? So I can see a lot of less than 100 IQs down here. So my mum always said, if you entertain a clown, you're a part of the circus. So I'm going to have to exit soon because I'm not a clown. So and I hate the circus.
How many times did you watch the fight? I don't know.
I thought this was a good conversation over here. Fury had your wig in his gloves. $2. How many times did you watch the fight? Many times as you did with $2. Isn't this Eric's interview? Who's Eric?
The wild dad, the guy above you.
Who's Eric?
Yes, E right there.
Right here.
Oh, your name's Eric. I thought your name was Fred. Sorry.
No, I'm Fred.
Yeah, so who's Eric?
Him. Above you.
Oh, you're Eric. I just knew he was Guru. Sorry. He said he was Guru. Sorry. I'm not well accustomed to
the Guru. Yeah, the Guru.
Yeah.
What's your IG?
At Lady Shan.
At Lady Shan. I got to follow you.
No, you don't.
I said I have to.
No, you don't.
I don't have to. Yeah,
but you don't have to. If you want to, you can. Yeah.
I don't have to.
Yeah. I didn't know you was on IG, Fred, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit.
Blue don't. I followed Blue. Blue don't follow me. Blue followed all the guys that was on the show. He didn't follow me back. Great stuff.
You're not American.
Yeah, I know.
You
know, you guys bang on the black Brits. That's another thing that I don't like.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Probably so. I
not probably so. So I've seen you do shows banging on us. Black Brits shouldn't be playing American parts. Up in this and this and this.
Oh yeah.
It's just so stupid. Yet again, silly. Yet again, divisive against your own people. It's ridiculous. We laugh at you. We laugh.
I think I didn't go along with that. I didn't. I remember that show.
We can run it back. We did.
No, I did not. I said I believe that if it's an American, they should seek American actors first, I believe. But I'm not against
everyone in Black Panther shouldn't have played in Black Panther because none of them, except for Lupita Nyong'o, was African then, yeah? Because I thought actors were people that played a part that's not them.
Oh, I'm not.
That's why they're called actors.
I know. It's the same as if you have a basketball player, you look for an actor that can play basketball. If you're
so Will Smith played Muhammad Ali. He played it amazingly well. Should he have not have played the part because he was never a boxer? No. Let's just trash that. Scramble it up. 3-point throw. Swoosh.
No, that don't make sense.
Into the bin.
Because Will Smith is an American.
Stupid. We
were making a comparison.
Fred, and you're too intelligent to go with that stupid.
I'm not that intelligent tonight.
Oh well, at least
I'm actually on my bullshit tonight. I'm actually on my Floyd Mayweather hair plug bullshit.
Yeah, I'll match and checkmate. I'll match and checkmate though. So if you're on bullshit, I'm on super bullshit.
Oh man, I'm definitely one on that shit. Are you big mad or are you big mad or little mad?
Medium mad.
Yeah, she don't let people talk. She don't let people talk. She just likes talking over people.
I do.
I know.
I do, but I don't think I talked over you.
Oh man.
And she get mad at me for talking over her.
Blue, stop.
I
like Blue. You get someone else, but I do like him. I've got I've got a, you know, when you have a soft spot for someone and you're just like, I do like Blue. You get banged on.
To America to a
I'll be
fight.
like, huh?
When are you coming to America to a fight?
To a fight, did you say?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the comments. When's there a fight for? Well, you know the circumstances here. You're not. We're not allowed to fly out at the minute unless it's mitigating circumstances. So.
That's an interesting question. Let me ask you a question, right?
Yeah. I didn't
How could Tyson Fury and Billy Joe Saunders and everybody fly out, but a UK judge can't fly out?
Talk about it. You tell me. I think it's ridiculous. No clue.
Because isn't John Ryder is flying in from the UK, right?
Well, I don't know. I have no clue. That I don't know. Can't speak on stuff. It's something I don't know. But if I could come to the States? The last time I've been to the States was 2016. So it's been a minute. But as soon as I'm able to come, I will. No problem. When's there going to be another fight? That's
I don't know in New York. I don't know because that's the closest place to you, right? What is that? 6-hour plane ride? 5 hours? What is that?
Five hours. I think.
Six.
Okay, 5, 6.
Oh, is it 6?
6.5. 7.
Yo, Queen, you gotta relax. Just asking a question. You letting the chat get to you.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I don't understand how people. You should see me when I am triggered. I'm loud. I'd be swearing and stuff. I'm not triggered.
Y'all grown men out here disrespecting a woman. Big chop.
That's what they do. It doesn't really matter. That's what they do. Okay.
Blue. Take her to the stabbing cabin, Blue.
Man, y'all crazy, man.
Any parting words?
Yeah, goodbye.
Blue in LA.
She said, "Yeah, goodbye."
Appreciate you coming on, Lady Shan.
We
gotta have you on as a guest.
Definitely.
I'll DM you if you. Okay, for sure. I'll DM you.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you coming.
Later. Bye, chat. Bye. See you. Bye.
Hey, I owe you $200 too.
Yes, you do.
For what?
I lost a bet. What fight was that, E?
That was my boy AJ. My boy AJ vindication against Andy Ruiz. I told you.
Oh yeah, right.
The boxing, he would lose that fight. So that was part of the food that they fed to the king. You know, to build his kingdom up a little better, even better. So they had to let Andy go over there for a minute because of the business side and the deals going on. And then made AJ even bigger after a loss. Like I expect Wilder to be bigger after a loss. You know, that's the formula for the heavyweights right now. They need each other. So I'm looking for Fury to lose too. He's next up to lose. Yeah, to keep it all three, and then AJ and Wilder fight probably in the Raiders Stadium. I'm still looking for that prediction to come to pass. Maybe in 2023, early 2023. Because Wilder should start his own promotional. I don't know if he got Browns Bombers promotion. I made a video that he should have a tournament over here, collect that money. He needs to be more involved in the business aspect and get all this stuff over here between Charles Martin, his first comeback, maybe Dylan White, to build his European, not European, but the overseas a little bigger, and then Andy Ruiz, the third fight, and then my boy AJ, his fourth fight. So I get Wilder about four or five fights left, and he should be ready to walk away. In my opinion, that's the best business deals, the smart deals for him to do, in my opinion. Because after that, he's going to have to come see the young lion out of Toledo, Ohio by then. Big baby Jared Anderson. So by then, Wilder should be able to accomplish everything he needs to do financially business wise, and go on to retire and be at home with the family.
All right, we got a call coming in.
Okay.
208, what's up? They got nervous.
Yo, Fred, I'm gonna get up off here, bro.
Appreciate you, King.
Appreciate you, King. Yo, E, I'm gonna send you that bread. E, I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna call you tomorrow.
Okay, for sure.
All right, bro. All right, Fred. Peace, King.
I appreciate you. So you think 2023? So who's Wilder gonna fight next? You don't think he's gonna fight Fury next?
No. It would be from my standpoint, it would be a bad move for Wilder.
Be a bad move for Wilder. We got a call for you, I'm sure. 202, what's up?
What's up, Fred?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Eric?
Hey, what it do? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I just want to know y'all thought on basically if Andy Ruiz rematches Chris Arreola to kind of like build his confidence. Do you think that's also good? Because a lot of people think Arreola probably struck and got a draw in that fight.
I don't think so. I was live in attendance. Arreola was falling in. He wasn't keeping the distance. So I think Andy did squeak it out. He's the A side. So I think it was best. Chris Arreola lost the fight. He should have won it. He should have won the fight. He had to knock down, almost a knockout. And if he would have fought tall and not engaging Andy, because Andy got quick hands, he would have won easy. But that's the difference of being the A side and the B side. If I was Andy, I would move on from that. I would be looking for maybe King Kong to get him because he's older right now and wait for Wilder to cash out against Wilder. I picked Wilder to knock him out.
Okay, so what do you think of what you saw from Wilder when he was hitting the pads with Malik, where you get to see him for the first time for me, where he was actually moving his head off the center line? Because that was the problem with him when he fought Tyson Fury, was Fury was easily able to just walk in with the jab, obviously because he had the longer reach. And Wilder's usually the one with the longer reach, so it's easy for him to touch his opponent and time them with that right hand, that big right hand. With Fury, it's hard to do because he's a bigger man. He knows how to use his reach. But the problem with when you're on the back foot against a bigger guy, you got to know how to basically set up your shot, even though you have the shorter reach. Something like what Oscar Wilder did against Miguel Berchelt. Do you think the answer to the rematch, or the trilogy with Fury, if they ever fight again, will be combinations instead of just waiting for one big shot? Because I've always rooted for Wilder throwing more punches. I really didn't like the idea of him just waiting for a shot, because what happens if you fight a fighter? You take your punches, but then they're hitting you at the same time. We saw that a little bit with Ortiz in the second fight, but obviously it worked. Wilder knocked him out. And there was always this, what if that doesn't work, that you got to be perfect for 12 rounds. I only need to be perfect for 1 second. So my thing is this, what did you like from the when he became the bad with Malik? Because for me, I think combinations is the key. I mean, Wilder hit hard with both hands. In my opinion, I think the left hand is lethal if he really, instead of slapping with the shot, he just pretty much just like makes it sharp, I like to say, or crisp. And I think he could do a lot of damage, especially to the body, because I remember in the first Tyson Fury fight, most people probably didn't see this, he actually hurt Tyson Fury to the body when Fury backed him up to the corner. And Fury backed off and didn't do nothing for I think for at least maybe 30 seconds. He didn't do anything. He just backed up, and that was it. And I'm just like, the type of punch Wilder landed on him to the body, that's what Wilder needs to do. Like, no slapping punches, just sharp and crisp. And from what I saw from Malik when he was hitting with the pad, I think that type of version of Wilder, he could probably beat anybody, to be honest. I mean, if he can actually do it in the ring versus on the pads, I think he could beat anybody. The guy already hits hard, got good stamina, and he's tough. So you got a guy who now, instead of him just waiting for you for one big shot, he's throwing a lot of big shots at you. And hopefully we get to see that. But I just want to hear your thoughts on what you saw with Wilder when he was hitting the pads with Malik?
Oh, my thoughts is when I saw it, I was happy to see it. I've been wanting to see Wilder in public just because of his nation of fans from Fred and Blue and the rest of the LDBC, what they've been doing since the pandemic, since he lost. I wanted to see his face. Everybody wanted to see his face, because, we all here to support him. Even though I'm called the Wilder hater, I support Wilder. Not only that and boxing. But, yeah, when I saw that, yeah, that was good for Instagram or whatever. Plus, that's good. Wilder can shoot the right hand, long extension on it. That's his trademark. But what I want to see is his transition, his foot movement. His foot movement is what's going to set up that, because he want to keep the distance that he was doing in the video that he showed everybody. But your transition of moving in and out when fighters trying to close the distance against him, because they don't want to stand out there so he can get extension. So what he going to have to do is be able to move back and be able to drop it on him. So that's where Wilder going to have to work on that in my opinion, because that's going to set up everything else. So if he learns to work on that, he is a deadly force because of the power, and he got to work his left hand a little more by controlling the fighters. And then with his right hand, don't go for the head. You got to go for the shoulders, the arm. You're going to just land the contact first, so it can help him with his balance and his timing of landing the right hand. So if he work on that and Malik have him to do that, he will be a force. And plus, with the people he is already working, he's going to fight. They tailor-made for him. Charles Martin is tailor-made. He's a southpaw. He stands in the line of the right hand, so that's perfect for Wilder, his first comeback. And then Dylan White, he's heavy now. He done took a lot of beatings from Povekovic or whatever his name is. And he just want to cash out. He just want to payday. Wilder should give it to him, knock him out. Plus, that's a good grudge match. That's more money for Wilder over here under Browns Bombers promotion, the business side that Wilder should be doing now at this stage of his career. And then Andy Ruiz, he's too little for Wilder. Wilder keep position, use his legs to keep that distance, then drop the right hand. So I see 3 knockouts coming from Wilder if Malik and him put the work in. So that's no problem right there. His problem is when he going to get to AJ, the guy's his size and bigger. So that's where the problem going to come in. But right now, these next 3 fights, he cool, in my opinion. But I need the champ to come back out to show his fans the love that they need. I need him to brace. I was looking for him last week in L.A., just to show his face. Because being a great champion and all the love that Fred and everybody else put into him, he should come out and show his face, to the fans, just to build his fan base up even bigger. Because it was on fire, man. That's why I never called in, because I saw the movement that was being done. And I don't want to be perceived as a hater to say like I'm rubbing it in people's face instead of understanding I was here to teach or give a different opinion to show you something different. So that's what I think about it.
I'm gonna have to actually, I think AJ, in my opinion, is tailor-made for Wilder. Honestly, I really do. I remember those whole negotiation periods where everybody in boxing wanted that fight. It used to be the #1 fight all in boxing. That was the fight everybody wanted, because you had 2 undefeated champions for all the marbles, for all the belts, and they both had high knockout ratios or percentages, and they were basically in their prime. And I'll never forget, basically, AJ's own coach told him not to take the fight. His own coach. His own freaking coach told him, don't take the fight.
That could
and
be
AJ told Johnny Nelson over there, whoever that guy named Johnny Nelson, that his own coach told him not to take the fight. Don't take it until 2021 or 2022. And this was back in, 2018?
See?
2018, I think. So, yeah, I have to actually think he's not going to have too much trouble with AJ, in my opinion, especially this version of AJ where he's stuck between boxing off the back foot and moving, or just going in the middle and just slugging away. Like in that last fight, it just seemed like he's still stuck in between. And I think somebody like Wilder, who has the reach, who's faster, and can easily time AJ, because AJ's style is textbook. It's really textbook. Now I give him credit. He throws better combinations than Wilder, in my opinion. I think when Wilder throws combinations, sometimes he gets off. He puts his foot off the floor, and that's not really good. But
You know,
I think he'll knock AJ out probably within.
yeah, he could. Oh yeah, you got to give Wilder a puncher's chance, like they say. But me,
AJ can't eat. AJ seems like he can't take a punch. Like when he gets hit hard, he doesn't know what to do. It's weird. It's like
you got to hit him though. You got to hit him though. See, the beauty about it is when you're trying to knock somebody out, you put yourself at risk. See, the great ones didn't do that. They moved and boxed, and then they'll run you into a shot. Wilder stays there and try to get him out of there. So with him in the process of doing that, if he throw a headshot and miss, AJ does know how to box. He's big enough to slip that and get in and catch Wilder. He's big enough to muscle Wilder around. So Wilder got to use that leg movement to keep it at bay.
Now I will admit though, AJ did came out before the Ruiz fight and said that the best way to beat Wilder was to fight him. He couldn't box him, and that's true. He can't box Wilder. Wilder does great, in my opinion, against probably guys who are smaller and come in, or guys who just come straight at him. And that's why it was weird to me to see what Tyson Fury did, because he came straight at him. But before I'm gonna get off, because I know some people definitely
nigga, hurry up.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna just feel like that, man. Like, yeah, if they ever fight, man, I don't care, man. Wilder could be 40. Put your money on Wilder, man. I just think AJ's telling me. That's my call. Hey, shout out to Fred. Hey, shout out to you, Eric, man.
Okay, yeah, shout out to you, dude.
Appreciate you. Dwayne got a question for you. What's your thoughts on Jaron Ennis and who you think he'll fight and win? Next fight and win.
Jaron Ennis is the next phase. He's not the phase right now. I don't think he's ready right now. After me watching him, his last two performances, even though he knocked out Lipinets, no. Anybody aggressive, Boots Ennis got that Philly style. If you press them, they'll fight with you, brawl with you, and they get wide and sloppy with his punches. Boots Ennis gets wide and sloppy. You can counter him and hit him with shot. If any of the top fighters, punchers who punch with him, they will clip him. So right now, he has to wait his turn. If he don't pay his dues, he will lose. But Al knows this. They know, they got a matchmaker knows this. So he'll be after Earl moves up. Him and Earl won't fight each other, in my opinion. So they'll let Boots probably take over. Yes, he's the next phase over on PBC side, in my opinion. But he's not ready right now. He got work to do. But who is gonna fight next? Right now, who could they feed to him? Not Devin supposed to fight Keith, I think. So I know Berto ain't fighting. Yeah, it'd be a tragedy if he fight Berto too old. So I don't know if it's Jamal James. Jamal closer up into the rankings. He ain't gonna sell out to that unless they pay him. So I have to look at the list and see right now. But he still should be fighting some lower ranked guys right now, because they don't want him to move up. He ain't gonna get in there with Sean. In my opinion, Sean will whoop him right now. But Sean don't need to fight him because, like I said, Boots, he gets sloppy with his punches. If you don't believe me, go back to his last fight with Lipinets and the other white guy he fought, the short one. Even though he beat him, them boys was clipping him. And he was wide with a shot, so he got to definitely work on that. So I don't know. I have to look at the list, see who's going to fight next, though. And I can predict it. But right now, it ain't going to be none of the top 5 or 6 or 7 right now. He ain't ready for those yet.
Kondo says, last one, Lady Chan, looked like a Smurf at the clinic getting the vaccine for the clap. Oh, man. Woke the truth. So Andy knocked AJ out, but Wilder can't. I'm done.
Well, like I said, styles make fights. And like I said AJ didn't follow the game plan. A big man beats a little man. Stay behind your jab. That's how I won the money off of Blue Blood. I told him that was a fluke. That was part of the setup plan. That was a fluke. I told him Andy ain't going to look like nothing. Just like he just did over the weekend. Andy looked sloppy against a dude shooting 1-2s. Andy can't whoop none of the top heavyweights. He can't. But, you know, it's a good thing he's a Mexican, so he probably over at PBC, they're going to move him good. They're going to strategically try to move him good, but he going to need that big money, so him and Wilder should fight each other. They got to fight each other if they want the money, especially Andy. Wilder don't need him. Andy need him.
Right. Where we at? So you thought that... So you really think highly of AJ? You think AJ is like the absolute truth?
I think, like I said this, when I look at AJ throws the best punches out of the three. He throws the best punches out of the three. He's not just a one-hand puncher like Wilder, the right hand. He's not a slapping puncher like Tyson Fury. AJ throwing combinations, dig into the body. If you watch any of his videos against Klitschko and all that, he was in tough. He was showing different phases of his game. If he comes like that, he would definitely be a problem for those guys. Because like I said, when you get aggressive with Fury, he retreats. He wants you to fall with those feints. If you don't play with that, you can beat him. And throw at his chest, he's going to land the target. That's all about smarts. What AJ is, either you're going to win or lose. It's about what him and his corner brings into the table. But overall, I like what I see out of him because I look at the overall skill set, not just one dimension.
504, go ahead.
Yo,
hey,
man, look, I anticipated him coming on the show. I was going to approach you one way, but I'm going to go ahead, scale it back. I'm going to use the Fred style approach. I'm going to just ask some questions. Okay, so Wilder Hater, you're aware that is your name, right? Wilder Hater.
Oh, yes, sir. Sir, that's where y'all gave me that. But since my prediction and what I've been speaking for the longest came to pass, I was hoping y'all give me a pardon because I know y'all Wilder Nation. So I was hoping y'all give me my new name as the boxing guru. You know how remember Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X went to him. He said, my name is no longer a slave name as the Hater. It's the boxing guru.
Okay, so we'll let the chat decide that after these questions. What question? I got a few questions. I ain't gonna hold the line up.
Okay.
Do you have any boxing experience as far as a fighter, trainer, or any other be above?
Yes, I do. I like to thank my man Sam Watson gave me my first trainer job on the E-Bunny.
Oh yeah, you did have your.
Yes. My dude Sam. Hey, I was a trainer, man. I was a professional trainer for once. We fought Earl Spence guy. Earl Spence signed that dude. He lost his last two fights. He fight at 168. I can't think his name. Yeah, so I have trainers. I got my card with me right now from the for the Nevada Athletic Boxing Commission. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you have any fight experience, amateur, pro, or otherwise?
Yes, I used to go over to the gym with Robert Easter dad, E-Bunny. His name E-Bunny Sr. I used to go over there, but I was in the streets hustling and selling dope. My buddy, Carl Jones, was a fighter out of Toledo, Ohio. We used to go over to the gym. I was just like I am now, always talking about boxing because boxing been in me before I was born. So when them boys was fighting, but with me hustling and stuff like that, you have to be in shape. I already knew a lot of them guys couldn't beat me, but with me hustling on the streets, I never competed on the amateur levels at the time. You know, I got caught up in a big drug conspiracy here when they first started that. So that took all the dreams away. So that pushed me forward to using my knowledge in a more powerful way, helping local fighters like E-Bunny, Albert Bill from here, you know, get signed with PBC, mentioning them being a cheerleader. So I use my resources differently. Yeah.
Read the private chat.
Okay. Yeah, you didn't answer the question, but who's the top
what-
fighter that you train?
No, I wasn't
currently?
talking to you.
Huh?
No, I'm sorry.
Who-
Go ahead, 504. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got one more after this. Who's your top fighter that you currently fight, pro or amateur? I mean, say that you currently train, pro or amateur.
Oh well, I trained the guy. That was my only one train. My trainer guy, that Sam Watson, hooked me up. Give a shout out to my dude Sam. That was the only one, because me, I don't train people at the gym because I have other obligations I do, as far as that. But I help a lot of fighters here because I have a channel and I'm like an internet trainer. So I give them breakdowns before they fight. If you go on my channel, you can see how I broke down the E-Bunny against Ryan Martin, point by point, telling them how to play it. The dad followed the game plan, not just because of me, because once you understand boxing, you should understand the language I'm speaking. And so it was excellent. Huh?
No, I'm following you.
Yeah, so it was excellent. So me, I'm doing it a different way. Instead of being in the gym right now, from some of the videos I did with Fred when I was talking with Earl Spence trainer, I got trainers here who has gyms offered me to come over there several times. Here, give a shout out to Lamar. Lamar does excellent work. He got Sonny Fredrickson. He got Tyler McClory. He does a lot of work for amateur kids here. Antoine, so I help people. Antoine Jones, he's a fighter out of Toledo, Ohio. Andy Bell, Albert Bell's son, I help them. So it's a lot of people, I influence just by the knowledge. And then with this internet, you can teach in different ways. You don't have to sit in the gym.
Okay. Last question, but before I do ask the last question, I want to appreciate you for answering my questions. I'm asking for the chat because these are questions they need to know. And also, I appreciate you, Fred, for affording me the opportunity to do this. And I'm glad I took this approach versus going at you, because I was kind of emotional because how you hate on Wilder, but I'm just going to take the Fred approach. Last question.
Okay.
Okay. You listening?
Yeah, I'm listening. You from the Ville? You from the Ville?
I'm from New Orleans, man. I'm from New Orleans. Right?
Okay. I thought the 504 was Louisville. Yeah, Louisville. Yeah, okay.
It's New Orleans.
It's New Orleans.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Question.
Okay. Okay, last question. Was Wilder cheated in the Tyson Fury second fight?
That's hey. I'm not here to discredit the Wilder Nation's beliefs or whatever. It did the glove.
From what you saw, did you see the fight? I'm talking about from what your own eyes saw.
He was there.
Yeah, I was there. I was going to explain it to you.
Oh,
I was going to explain it to you. See, I was going to explain it to you. See, you have to understand the history of boxing. Wilder was he was at a point where he was touching uncharted territory. He was going up there with Rocky Marciano record. He was doing incredible stuff. So when you do that, who knows if the world is a conspiracy against him? It happens. I'm not going to discredit that. It happens. But that's not the issue I look at. I look at the issues what I said from the beginning. When he load up on that right hand, when he don't do this right, when you fight another king, that's how they conquer other kings. That's how other people lose, because you don't transition. And so it was about the transition. I didn't just look, but the gloves did look suspect. Plus, for it to come out the way it did, how y'all was saying it had to be a bigger conspiracy. You had to have the athletic commission. You had to have management prime. You had to have a lot of people working together for that to go down, because Wilder trainers should have been there in the corners, verifying stuff, understanding the history of the fight. It was major, not just his fight, the magnitude of the fight, what it meant for the boxing history. So those were the things that I talked about when I said to him, sometimes it's not the opponent, but it's the magnitude, the outside forces or the inside forces. Those are the unseen stuff that fighters sometimes take not heed of. So that's what it's all about. So yeah, if y'all want to lean on it's because of that, oh, okay, go ahead. I'm not gonna dispute it. It did look suspect, but I don't know if that's true or not. That's all I can say. But I knew what was true. If he's not putting the punches together, if he's not turning like he's supposed to, and not performing, that's what I was judging him on.
Okay, so now this is why you are labeled the Wilder hero. It is clear as day you can see this man was cheated, and that's my last statement. And you're talking about his training. We're talking about him not looking right from the first bell, and then him getting hit with stuff like gloves. This has happened in the past before. So why is it out of the realm of possibility that it can happen again?
I didn't say that. I said it had to be more than just one person. It had to be a conspiracy. If he wasn't looking right, like you said, he could have been sick or it could have been some virus. I don't know what it was. I can't explain that. I can't elaborate on that because it could be true, it could be fake. I can elaborate what I said when I saw him against certain fighters, what happened. That's what I saw was real because I saw it over and over.
Okay, so in the first fight, he pretty much knocked you out of the 12th round in the rough stadium. So what about that? I'm about to hang up. I'll listen to you. I ain't gonna hold it up. Appreciate you.
Yeah, he had it.
AJ, before you answer, he says AJ stiff and doesn't protect his chin. And we had one more. Oh, they were capping on your head cap. So you gotta he says, how the fuck you got a baldy with a wave cap on?
Well, hey, I'm for TV. I'm for TV. I wanted to be presentable for them. Yeah, so I knew the Wilder Nation was gonna focus on that instead of the knowledge or the message. You know, so you have to try to distract them with other things so they can just hear my voice.
Man, what up, E? What up, man? What that nigga saying, man? This nigga always got a motherfucking analytic answer on some bullshit. You know what I mean? First, you go to the bathroom, and you know you got to wash your hands before you know what I mean? You touch the feces. You know. Anyways, man, what up, E?
Man, what's up, man? The chat is wild. Mike really great, man. He's wild. Hey, man, how you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Be a part of the show with you, baby.
What's that?
I said I'm glad to be a part of the show with you.
Yeah, I'm glad you came in, man. Most definitely.
Yeah, for Fred, anything. Yeah, for Fred. All the love Fred showed me, you know, all the times. He couldn't be the hater without Fred.
Right.
I was supposed to be the expert. But Fred gave me the hater name. So without the hater is dead. Without Fred, the hater is dead.
Okay.
So Fred inspired me to keep going. You know, when they quit doing videos with me, you know, it hurt my heart. All the love and effort I put into it, week in, after week. You know, for the fans, fight week, you know, all the love, all the fun me and Fred had together. We was like Larry Merchant and Mayweather, Ali and Custom Model. We got to ask the chat people, who were we like? Beavis and Butthead? What would they
No. We disagreed on everything. This motherfucker said, if Brazil stay behind the jab and throw the 1-2, I'm like, man, this nigga ain't gonna last 5 rounds, man. What you talking about?
He didn't do the right thing.
Oh, man, Wilder was gonna huff and puff and blow his house down. That's what he was gonna do.
He didn't do the right things.
I know. Everybody never does the right thing. See, you didn't stay behind the jab. Stay behind the jab.
Boxing 101, so he has to definitely do that. He still has to learn that.
You saying that out of all the three, that AJ was the best technician.
Yes.
I don't know how you coming up with that. AJ is very robotic. AJ chin is he's easy to hit. Didn't he get dropped by Klitschko?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I mean, if Klitschko at the end of his career can drop him, if Andy with his short arms can drop him, why wouldn't you think he would? Why would you think he would last against Wilder? I don't get that.
Right. Okay. Why I say what okay. Even though he's robotic, but his hands goes in different places, body, head. If you watch AJ, a lot of Wilder shots is to the head. A lot of Fury shots is to the head. You know, he's slapping with his shots, winging with his shot. So to me, okay, if AJ touch him to the body, that would be able to freeze Fury or Wilder or push him back. And then he can go to the head and get him out of there because he's naturally big. So he got to impose his size against, especially Wilder. And then with Fury, you want to bull him too because you want to make him fight you. Because anytime you get aggressive with Fury, he doesn't fight back. He try to run and move. So that's why I like AJ. Yes, he can get clipped. Any of them can get clipped by Wilder. Wilder can knock him out. But with one punch, if you're a seasoned professional, it's not going to happen on the king level. And all three of them are kings. That's why they can't lose to each other. You can't take it out of the equation just because you're a Wilder fan.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it's like you are all of a sudden the way AJ he's never been a bully type of fighter. So with creatures of habit, I don't see him doing it. I see him fighting the same robotic way that he's always fought.
But one thing about when he fights Wilder makes you fight differently because of his presence, his punching power, and AJ is big enough to stand there. So if Wilder misses with that right hand, AJ know how to throw punches, 1-2s back. And then if he connect on Wilder, that could be the difference right there because he definitely puts his punches together. And when you're a knockout puncher like Wilder, you depends on that. Wilder ain't shooting at the just, okay, let me score points to win the fight. Or, no, that's not his mindset. He's sitting down throwing heavy shots at you. So if he missed some of them and get countered, it changes the whole fight. And if he get pushed back, it changes the whole narrative of the fight. So that's why I look at that. But you have to go back and look at AJ and watch how he fights a big man, and then maybe you might can see it then. Even though Klitschko fought him good, but he was fighting good with Klitschko. He throwing good shots, even though he was taking shots. Klitschko could fight. But he was looking good under the stress of another big man throwing punches at him. When Wilder or Fury now get under the stress of a big man throwing punches at him, they don't respond that good. So that's all I'm saying. So that's AJ to lose this, in my opinion.
Okay. Another thing, this kid, Booth Ennis. I think this kid is ready now. I think that I don't see any way Sean knocking this kid out. I see this kid.
No, Sean won't knock him out. No, Sean won't knock him out.
I thought you said Sean would knock him out.
Well, anybody, but that's not Sean's MO to hit somebody and knock him out.
Right.
With somebody with boots, you can knock him out because he gets wide with his shots. Once you press boots, he gets wide. Go back on the video, like I always tell people. You go back and watch the fight closely. When somebody get close to him, he gets to just well in shots. And that's where a person like Sean smothering him, a person like a Thurman who know how to cut distance and punch at the same time can clip him and take him out. So that's why I don't believe Boots is ready. If you watch some of them fights, like I said, you'll see it clearly. If you go back to what I just said, if you just look for that point, you'll see it clear. And that's where fighters fight. If Fred
I'm gonna definitely go back.
Yeah, just look at that part. If he had the monitor, you'd better see it because it'd be so clear. See, this how I was telling the other guy, how I can train from like a person like Fred, because he has the platform of thousands of people. See, I can be able to show you where you would clip Boots Ennis at. This where he has to work on, in my opinion. Oh yeah, if he stand out here hooking, like they said, like Roy Jones, hooking like that look pretty. But when a fighter know how to catch and get close to you, watch what he does. That guy was pushing him around the ropes. I did a breakdown on my channel about it. I slowed it down, showing you the guy clipping him, different things of that nature. So plus they Philly-style fighters. You got to remember, if you know history, Philly-style fighters, how to beat them, how to fight them. They brawl. You brawl with them and clip them. From where I'm from, Midwest, we more smoother fighters. We moving and grooving. We boxers. No, them dudes, you brawl with them. At the legendary Blue Horizon, all them fights was brawls. Like, yeah,
Right.
Brandon, they was brawlers. Bernard Hopkins, until he learned later after Roy now, you'll beat them guys. They inside fight, holding, grappling, and all that. Yeah. Philly style fighter. Danny Garcia, you can beat him easy. You get close to him, clipping him. How Keith Thurman was doing, it'd be the same style of fights. So that's where it is. Just like with the young guy, Stephen Fullerton. He has that. You get close to him, that one Mexican almost beat him. He was letting him back into the fight because they was getting close to him, clipping him with shots that he wasn't supposed to take. He was supposed to be touching and moving. But that ain't their style of fighting over there on that East Coast side.
On the East Coast side.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go back and look at that fight, man. That kid,
please
really something special. I see a tough fight with him and Spence. I would say within a year he would be ready. But I just found out that Blu-ray is back with Spence. So that fight may be a little tougher than I thought before. But I don't see Sean being able to do anything with this kid.
Yeah. What do you say? Question for the Wilder hater with the NASA 300 telescope birth control glasses. I have to wear glasses. No, it's just IQ boxing. What's that boxing? Who's that, Reggie?
Yeah, he says, have you seen alien life on the backside of the planet Uranus?
What? Yeah. Man, wow, man.
I got a stimulation. I can't see that far, but with knowledge, I know it's life everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Fred.
What? Huh?
I thought Reggie liked me by now. I used to read all his comments and all that. He learned by now.
Hey man, I appreciate your boxing knowledge, man. Let me get out of here, man. But
check that out though.
Okay. I
What's
definitely
the name of your channel? The Guru?
Boxing Guru 1 TV.
Boxing Guru 1 TV.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm out. All right,
check
Fred.
that on that Boots Ennis. Like I said, watching carefully.
Man.
Okay.
Man, this
No, we had a good convo about that. No, I just wanted to say that.
Man. Okay, so we had a question last week, or early on this week. What do you think happened with Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter? Why that fight never materialized?
Like I said to people, when the managers or your management promotional team is behind, you got to understand they got matchmakers. They know your strengths and they know your weakness. And they know how much they ready to cash out. They know the backing that they put in there, Bob Arum, the money they put in there on Bud Crawford. They waiting. They have to wait. Sean is a dangerous fight for anybody. If you don't have to fight him, if you can finagle out of there, do it. That's why I was so advocate for Sean and Kenny when they fought Earl Spence, because I told everybody the boxing game is against them. Everybody was against him. The judges, the manager, everybody was against them.
Sure.
So that's why I was kept saying over and over, Sean has to do this. Sean has to do that because I wanted him to take his own destiny in his own hands. If they didn't tell him not to win that fight, he had to be smart and he could have won the fight, in my opinion. I still stand by those words. I still stand by what Kenny has said. I was supposed to go to the gym because, like I said, Sean had good work in that fight. Mm-hmm. But he needed to know how to stall and move around after he got Earl off of balance instead of engaging. That's where a lot of fighters don't realize that. That's where their corner's supposed to say this. Go into the prevent defense. Go kill time. Make Earl move his feet around. Make him chase you. Then you go back on it. So until fighters understand that and think carefully, because if you ever watch Sugar Ray Leonard when he fought Hagler, he came out, he moved around the ring for like the whole fucking round. You know, because he testing how good he can stop and go. And then now I know how to get him. So you have to kill the clock. You got to be aware of everything because Sean and them need to know, don't nobody like us. So I got to get it the hard way. So that's why I was rooting for them. Plus, they from Ohio, too. Plus, they good people. So in my opinion, that's what happened. Bud can't afford to fight Sean. No, we don't want to take that chance. We don't want you looking bad. We don't want Sean sneaking in or whatever. If we can't tell him to lose to you, we don't want you to fight him. I don't know how he got ranked over in the WBO anyway. Because for a minute, he wasn't ranked nowhere or something. Remember he fell out of IBF or something?
Yeah, I remember that.
And then I didn't know how, when I was looking for his name, he got ranked as one of them, and then he lost the WBC, and then the rankings got real funny or something.
Yeah, he's number 2. Now, he was number 1, but now Virgil Ortiz is number 1 and Sean is number 2.
Yeah. So me, you know, like I said, it's unfortunately, hopefully they paying Sean, hopefully he'll get a percentage of that money. Mm-hmm. You know, to compensate him since he can't fight. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm hoping for that because he definitely deserved it. He's definitely a warrior in my book. I always enjoy his fights.
He's a warrior. Definitely a warrior. DB, did you want to call in? I was waiting on you to call in. The phone line's been over. I should have said it sooner. Canelo, you obviously like Billy Joe Saunders in this because of the styles that you like. How is Billy Joe Saunders going to defeat Canelo in your eyes?
Me?
I'm not saying you're picking him. Who are you picking to win the fight? Who are you picking to win the fight? I know you want.
Well, when people fight Canelo, they already once you sign on the dotted line, if you're not a king, you're gonna lose. You just gonna take the money. Danny Jacobs took it. Kovalov took it. Now it's his turn to take it. 10 million. Them boys ain't got 10 million in the bank. I don't know. I'm just saying it. I'm just a figure of speech. I don't think they got 10 million now. So why not take the 10 million and make him look like he's the best?
Right.
You got 70,000 Mexicans believing it and they paying it. So, hey, I'll lose to you. Gladly. You know what I'm saying? But basically, to me, it's an insult. He's not the best boxer. He's not that. When he stepped in there with real boxers, he looked like trash. Mayweather, Laura, and who else? A lot of them was out boxing him. So me, Saunders can win if he moves good. He just can't engage him. Just touch him with a stick, his right jab, because he's softball, I think. Just move out the ring. Because Canelo's slow on his feet. He's going to have to keep walking in, trying to slip and counter you. So it's an easy fight based on the science of it. But with him needing the money, he's going to just sell out like the rest of the fighters. So me, I'm going to watch it and just see it how he sell out. It's going to be punches he ain't throwing, just like Danny Jacobs. He fought damn near the whole softball the whole fight. Then he switched, but he don't fight that much like that.
Right.
So, hey, he from Brownsville. Take the 10, 12, whatever they gave you.
Right.
I would. So me, Canelo just get money.
Crackhead music. I don't know who you are, man. You a troll, man? I ain't never seen you before. I don't know if you a troll? I don't know. How about 154? Will Jamel Will Jamel beat Castano? I know you might like Castano style.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to that fight. He's
Oh, you are? You going? Okay,
I'm
I'll
going
see you. Okay, I'll see you there.
I'm going to Jamal the 17th. Yeah, I'm gonna give you my PBC list. I'm going to Mayweather in Miami.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to Jamal Charlo the 17th. I don't know if it's the 18th or 17th.
The 19th. The 19th.
Yeah,
You talking about Jamal Charlo?
I'm going to both of Charlo.
Okay, beautiful.
I'm going to both of them. Yeah, I like H-Town and I like the
Yeah,
Charlo.
I like H-Town a lot.
Yeah, I like the Charlo boys. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go to their fights. I'm going to Earl Spence. Tank, I'm going to Tank where we was at last year. Was that last year?
Atlanta.
Yeah. I'm going to that one. And then when the other lists come on, I'm gonna go to that too. Yeah. Thanks to my man Sam Watson. Give me a shout out to my dog Sam.
Yeah, we love Sam. No, you know Sam's special, man.
Yeah, without Sam, yes.
We wouldn't have met. You and I wouldn't have met.
Yeah, so Sam definitely. I never would have been a trainer. I never will able to get this platform of being on here. So definitely thanks to him.
Facts.
So it's real what people say. Thank Al Heyman. Yeah, thanks Sam. Yeah. So
yeah.
Yes.
I'll definitely vouch for that shit. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So definitely. Yeah.
All right, we got crackhead music. He says he's not a troll. Go ahead.
What crack? What's up, baby?
How's everyone doing? How you doing?
What's up, baby? What's up?
I'm doing good. I was just watching.
Where you from? Where you from?
I'm from Florida.
Florida, what part? What part? JV?
I'm from West Palm Beach, 561.
Oh, okay. You coming to Mayweather?
Mayweather all day. I'm a boxing coach, and watching these cats, you know what I'm saying, these YouTubers hop into a sport, because everyone knows boxing is a poor man's sport.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Boxing is supposed to be for poor people because it's supposed to elevate you. But when you have these YouTubers that's already successful and they never came from the struggle, you know what I'm saying? So the only reason why they in the position that they is now because they have a name behind them. And they started from something. You know what I'm saying? They didn't start from scratch. Right. That's the only reason. They doing a lot of things that thousands of other people will be training sweat, blood, and tears just to be in their position. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of fighters right now that would love to fight Floyd and make that money.
Word.
That's a shame, man. That's a shame. I don't know what's happening to the sport. I don't know why. I don't know why these people disrespect the sport. You got people that don't even know the sport. They think they playing the game, man.
Yeah, oh, my bad. Yeah.
It gets me angry. I don't understand. I don't like the fact that people don't have no respect for the ring. And they think when they get in there, it's a quick paycheck. They're gonna get some hits, and then they're gonna walk out with money. That don't work like that. Because there's a lot of people hungry out here that really want that position that those two boys got.
Word, I feel you on that. But I think a lot of times us fans sometimes don't think a little deeper or go outside the box. I believe that Logan Paul, even though they famous or successful, how you were saying it, but I believe they was part of the wheel of boxing. You know, when boxing was created back in 3000 BC, you know, it's just like they had so many parts that's supposed to be connected to boxing. You had Mike Tyson to rescind boxing. You have Roy, the transition, Muhammad Ali. All those boys was part of it. Logan is part of it. You know, you can't discredit that because he wouldn't be there if he wasn't. So a lot of times fans miss that. You know, if you real about the sport, man, a lot of people can do it. They can do a lot of stuff we just don't realize. You know, you just got to tap into it. Them boys.
I understand that, but you got to have respect. For me, I'm only 21. I've been doing boxing since I was 16. I was a prodigy. I was supposed to go pro last year. I got stabbed up very, very bad all over my shoulder and my back. My right shoulder's messed up from the stabbing. So I
Right.
lost my opportunity. I turned into a coach. Now I train a lot of the kids in the neighborhood, and I have three main
That's good.
fighters.
That's
You
good.
know, when I look at people like Logan Paul and Jake, it's mocking a sport where you have people like me that's training 6 days a week, that was trained 6 days a week, 8 hours in. Know what I'm saying? Blood, sweat, and tears, and they mock the same sport that we've been suffering for. That gets on my nerves. That I don't like. I don't like that. This is a dangerous sport. Know what I'm saying? You
Word.
got to get in there.
Well, that's where now, instead of like thinking it's a mockery, so sometimes you gotta take a page out of different books. Sometimes we gotta evolve. We have to change. Them boys putting in work, man, to get in that square circle and to throw punches like that. He putting in some work. So me, they part of the wheel. They might not be as big as the big people of the wheel, but they part of it. He's one of the pioneers right now to bring boxing to the forefront, the new generation of fans to watch. So you got to take your hat off to that. I take my hat off to those guys. They from Cleveland. I'm from Toledo, Ohio. Them
I
boys,
understand that, but they not calling out real boxers. They calling out basketball players, calling out retired UFC fighters. You can't call yourself a boxer if you're not calling real boxers. There's a lot of hungry cats out there that really want to fight Logan Paul and Jake. Why are they ducking and dodging a lot of these other fighters that are real boxers? You can't go into a sport and not actually play by the rules. Okay, there's rules. This is boxing. You gotta fight a boxer. If you're a boxer, you gotta fight another boxer. You can't fight an NBA player. You can't go ahead and pick and choose UFC fighters that are not all the way good. We already know that UFC fighters aren't that good in striking. Okay, they're not as efficient as boxing.
right, right.
They need to fight. If they want respect, I can promise you, my kids can wipe the floor with Jake. My kids that I'm training now, they'll wipe the floor with Jake and Logan. And they just started 6 months ago. They not scared. They fought. They already fought Golden Gloves fighters. Know what I'm saying? They already fought people that already had 20 to 50 wins. You know what I'm saying? So that's what a real boxer is. You've been in the sport for 2 or 3 years, but you're not calling out real boxers. You're not calling out people that's in your weight class. You're not calling people that's actually up
Right,
there.
right. But you have to understand is this. You have to understand it like this too. Okay, when it's a market, you want to, like I said, this when Logan Paul right now is a king. He's basically built himself up, snuck through the door, kicked the door in. He's a king. He's part of the wheel. So with him, he can bear to dictate what's best for him in his career. He got enough money, he got enough backing, and he's want to get in the square circle. So me, I take my hat off to him. I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, check his skills out. When I saw him before, he was throwing good combinations, but he ain't no high level to go distance fights, but 1 or 2 rounds or something like that. Yeah, it's cool. It's just entertainment. I don't consider that. I'm not mad at him. Because if you can get in some kind of other way, sometimes, another door might open up for you. Just like people thought, since I didn't go to the gym, sit in the gym all day long, I can't train fighters. I can train people from the internet better than their coach can. Their coach could be working with them, but I can I can help them with insight if they're able to listen. So it's different ways of teaching or getting it over. So you just got to open your mind up. You just can't right.
I understand what you're saying, but at that same time, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm gonna need him to go fight somebody that's a real boxer. You can't call yourself a professional boxer and you're not fighting another professional boxer. It doesn't matter. And for Logan Paul, Logan Paul, you disrespectful, man. You calling out Floyd. You know well, Logan Paul, let's be honest. Logan Paul is 50 pounds heavier than Mayweather,
Yeah,
and he's 6'2". He's 6'2". Okay?
yeah.
He has an advantage over Mayweather. Why don't you go call out those cats that's at 190? Why don't you go call out those light heavyweights? Why don't you go call out at least fight Canelo? At least Canelo can be is another half of Mayweather. Fight Canelo. If you really want to get respect, fight Canelo or fight Deontay. Logan's big enough to fight Deontay.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I'm saying? He can fight Sanders.
they on the
He can
different,
fight people.
right?
Fight them pick 44-year-olds.
Doing exhibitions, okay, that's cool. Wilder ain't fighting exhibitions. He fighting fights. Mayweather fighting exhibitions. So me, I just keep it what it is. It's just entertainment. You know, they getting there. It's like a tough man contest. These boys tough. They learn how to throw punches. So I just take it for that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a big event. But no, it's a difference from what you doing.
Last words, crackhead music.
I feel like everyone's a bad man until you face another bad man. Okay? You can only call yourself a bad man if you beat another bad man.
Oh yeah.
If you step in the ring with a bum and you beat up a bum, that makes you a bum. It doesn't make good. You wasn't good from the start. You just beat up a bum. That exactly what I'm saying. If they want respect and they really want to start actually be real professional boxers, they need to call out other names. There's a lot of cats. There's a lot of dudes in multiple weight classes. They get exposed. I know they're getting exposed. They know they will get exposed if they fight a real boxer.
Oh yeah, but they not into that business for that. They not in for that. You know, they doing a good job. So the ticket sales gonna be economical. Yeah, so it's cool for boxing. It's gonna bring fans out. Yeah, so it's cool. I like it.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate you coming in. We got Champion Heart. Don't be mad at the YouTubers. Be mad at these new era fighters that won't use social media platforms to promote themselves. Facts, man. Hey, that shit was funny with it, dude. Travis said, "You smoke crack, don't you?" H Money, man. What's up, man?
Oh, what's good? What's good? How y'all feeling?
What up, H Money? Good, baby. Good.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, man. Hey, what they call you, bro?
Well, I feel like tonight was my night, May 6th. I was gonna get what they call it, a pardon. Formerly known as the Wilder hater. Now I should be granted my name, my birth name. I should be granted my birth name, the boxing guru.
Oh man.
Okay, for sure. Why they call you the Wilder hater though?
Well, what happened was me and Fred, the car ride. That was a monumental ride. That was a good event in Brooklyn, New York. We was in New York just for the Wilder Dominic Brazil fight. Yeah, I made a bold prediction because we was talking about something. You know, they was building Wilder up, saying he was this, that. You know, me, I always looked at boxers and, you know, both sides of the boxer, not just one side. And I made a bold prediction if Dominic Brazil circled to the right, away from Wilder's right hand, he would be all right. But he didn't. He walked right into it. And you know what happened. So from that point on, everybody made a mockery of me. Yeah, so I became the Wilder hater that day. Wilder enjoyed the views. So after that, you know, me and Fred did coast-to-coast tours. Every weekend, we all over the country. Nashville, Vegas, all over the place. LA is hometown, doing videos. So when the big moment came for me to get my spotlight, I don't know what happened, but I got to ask Fred what happened. But I guess maybe then, you know, they was building a good rapport with Wilder. the Wilder Nation was getting real big. You know, they didn't need the Wilder hater, you know, anywhere on the scene of it. There's a lot going on, Kelly. It was a lot going on then. So it was best for me to just, you know, lay low, work on my channel. So I definitely miss this platform, miss everybody, all the sarcastic remarks. I wanted to see their face after the loss, not to rub it in their face, but just to see how they felt about what they talked about the guru, the Wilder hater. I just wanted that, not because Wilder lost or anything like that, because I was glad that Wilder took time out to talk to me, and every word that I said was to benefit him, even though a lot of people didn't understand that H Money, but it's two sides to a coin. Just because I say something different, it should bring awareness. If you go back and retract and listen to it, then maybe some of y'all can understand it clear now. Just like with him moving forward, he should do what I say. Basically, you know, get his Brown Bombers, line them boys up, get them 3 knockouts, get AJ, and then after that, it's time to call it quits. So we got to love him right now. I say he should have 4 or 5 fights left, in my opinion. No more.
Yeah, definitely, man. If we go by facts, Deontay Wilder is one of the most devastating punchers in the history of boxing. In the history of boxing, if you look at his knockout percentage, it's the highest in boxing history. You know what I mean? So he was a great champion. He was a champion for a very long time. He was the longest reigning champion in boxing. 11 title defenses. He was knocking out everybody. So we got to give the man his credit. He just lost one fight to the best heavyweight in the world in Tyson Fury. He lost one fight to the best fighter in his weight class. He mixed it up. We got to give Wilder credit for, taking a chance, taking a risk against a fighter like Tyson Fury. We seen in the first fight, Tyson Fury gave Wilder problems. Wilder dropped him twice. A boxer like Tyson Fury, Wilder dropped him twice. And that says a lot about Deontay Wilder, that he was able to do that against such a great fighter like Tyson Fury. You know, Tyson Fury, it took a special fighter to beat Deontay Wilder, and that was Tyson Fury. Now, I think, Anthony Joshua is a great fighter too, but Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury beat the most dangerous man in the planet. So I know Tyson Fury gonna beat Anthony Joshua, bro. You know what I mean? Because we seen Anthony Joshua lose to Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz was out of shape on a 5-week notice. You know what I mean? So we got to give Tyson Fury his credit for beating Deontay Wilder, who was the #1 heavyweight in the world, right? And then he beat Vladimir Klitschko when he was a champion for 11 years. So Fury got to be the favorite against Anthony Joshua. With that being said, I respect your opinion, my brother. I respect your opinion. They can call you the Wilder hater. You still cool with me. You know what I mean? We had a woman on the show, Lady Chan, that I sent over here, Lady Chan, and she came to talk boxing, but her opinion, everybody got an opinion. Now we got people disrespecting women, Fred, and that's not cool. A black woman at that. Black is beautiful. Ain't nobody gonna disrespect a woman on a platform like that, Fred. And he's over here as the Wilder hater. Ain't nobody talking disrespecting him. But they would disrespect the woman, and that's wrong. That's wrong, Fred. That's wrong. That's what I got to say about that. And that needs to be addressed, bro. She could like Anthony Joshua if she want to. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody going to disrespect her, though. You don't want nobody to disrespect your mama or your sister. Don't disrespect Lady Chan. Don't disrespect her. Appreciate it, Fred. That's all I had to say, bro. Much love to you.
Appreciate you.
H Money.
Ligo. You're Ligo. What's up?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey, how you feel?
I'm chilling, man. I'm from Philly, man. I heard you say I actually know Bozy. I know Pooh. I know Farrat. You know what I mean? I watched Boots grow up. You know what I mean? You said something real interesting about Boots, man, saying that he opened up with his shots and all that, and if you rush Philly fighters and things like that, I totally disagree with you. I mean, I'm watching this kid right here. I mean, he trains right around the corner from me, right? he can fight every style, man. That last fight against Lipinets, me personally, I believe he proved the point, man. He haven't been hit in a lot of fights, man. A lot of them shots that it looked like he got hit clean with, he rolled with them, right? And the other ones that he did get hit clean with didn't phase him at all. I mean, every fight is supposed to be his toughest fight. You feel me? And if you match him up against these champions that these Earl Spencers and Sean Porters, they have nothing for him, bro. He can fight every style. He's hungry. He's seasoned. His pop is one of the best trainers in the world. This kid is the best, bro. I don't know what you see, but I think you're wrong about that, Guru.
Well, like I said, only time would tell. But like I say this, video will prove my case. Like I told the guy before, you have to watch it carefully. I know that's your boy. You rep Philly.
Nah, Guru. Listen, I'm not gonna let you go off on this long spew about some crazy stuff. He's short and tight. Listen, he's short and tight and crispy. I mean, this guy's crazy, bro. And how old is he again? You know how old he is?
What is he? 20, young, 24?
23, 24 years old, man.
Somewhere around there. Yeah. So he's not ready. He's not ready for it.
So you think because of his age he's not ready?
He's not ready.
Or is it because of his skill?
It's because of his skill and the caliber of opponents he's been fighting. He ain't fought no dogs. Them dogs gonna get to him.
I don't think no dogs want to fight him.
Well, they don't have no reason to fight him right now. It ain't his time.
It's about the ranking.
It's not Boots in his time. He has to pay his dues. So he has to wait in line till Earl finish doing what he's supposed to do. If he
do you think he could fight somebody like Ugas right now?
Yes, style wise, yeah, Ugas ain't that good. Earl gonna TKO Ugas. Yeah, Ugas ain't that good.
You said Earl already. I'm talking about Jerron. I'm talking about Boots.
I said that. Yeah, Boots can fight. Yeah, because Ugas ain't that good. Okay. I said Earl gonna TKO Ugas.
Earl.
Yeah. But yeah, Boots' style matches up against Ugas because Ugas stand right there. He don't pressure you like what you need. He'll get in and try to box with you.
Like a Sean Porter. Sean Porter pressures.
Right. See with that style against Ennis, that's where he has flaws at, in my opinion. You gotta watch it. You got video.
Yeah, but I see Sean Porter rushing him and them short, tight hooks that this bull throw, man.
They don't be short and tight. They be wide. They be wide.
All right. I mean that's opinion right there. And I mean, you got to slow it down to whatever you got to slow it down to see that. But the rest of us, we see
because he squares up with you. I see the technique of him.
Listen, this kid has different. Like, I guarantee you, he'll fight Sean Porter a whole totally different fight. And it won't go the way you think it'll go, OG. He's going to put hands all over that bull. Sean is probably going to look the worst he's ever looked. And it's going to be beautiful for my city, bro. Salute to you, my guy.
Okay, salute, baby. Yeah.
Right.
Appreciate it. Hey, DB, you calling in or what? And then we can wrap this up. You got to go to work, huh?
Oh, yes, I'm up. Yes, it's Friday. You know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying the moment. Yes, it's been a long time coming, like my boy Sam Cooke said.
It's been a long, Sam Cooke, man.
It's a long time coming. Yes.
Yeah, man. The 19th is coming. Oh, you actually, it's Malcolm's birthday. You actually went with me to Malcolm's grave.
Yes,
you went with me to Malcolm's grave.
Yes.
Yeah, that was for Remains to Burn, Deontay Wilder.
Yes.
And then we spent the day with my auntie.
Hey, I'm glad you said that because I said I wanted to remember that. Every time when I watch The Godfather of Harlem, live in Harlem Terrace or something like that.
That is Esplanade Gardens. That's Esplanade Gardens. Yeah. That's Esplanade Gardens. That picture that they use. That's Esplanade Gardens. That's where we went to my aunt's house. Exactly.
Yeah, I was like, every time I watch the show.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, like every year outside of COVID, the last 3 or 4 years, I went to go visit Malcolm X gravesite because it's about 20 minutes outside of Harlem. 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was
And
dope.
one year he went with me, and y'all know I was born in New York, and I spent the day in Harlem with my auntie, and we went and had lunch on 125th Street, and
Yeah.
you know it was a great time. What up, DB?
What's up, gentlemen? How y'all feeling this evening?
Good.
I
DB.
figured it out. You don't have headphones on. That's what it is. The ambient noises is bouncing everywhere. It's you.
It's me?
Yeah, you don't have headphones on. That's
No,
what.
I don't have headphones.
Yeah, that's why it's echoey. Go ahead, DB.
Or if he's on a speakerphone, he can pick up the phone.
No, I'm on the computer.
He's on it. Yeah, he's on it.
Okay. Or you can mute it whenever you're not talking, and that'll probably.
Oh, okay.
There we go. I think it played
No.
a little bit. No.
Still, I didn't. Yeah.
No, you're not muted, nigga.
I'm muted. I know, man. I can't see the button. I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm listening to y'all. Yeah, we have to just. Is it that bad?
No, I'm just saying so we know next time.
Next time, okay. Next time I'll be ready. Yeah, this the first. Yeah.
Go ahead, D.
No worries, man. The first thing I wanted to talk about, man, is I know you homegrown, and I wanted to know what you thought about Adrian Bronner fighting the Rougarou, Regis Prograis.
I like AB Regis. That's a good matchup. Both of them, they style of fighting. Both of them inside fighters. I'm rooting for AB because he's from my hometown, Ohio. He's from the Natty. I'm from Toledo. I'm hoping AB got one more run in him, but most likely the good days could be behind. But I'm rooting for AB. I always got love for AB. Yeah. Just because what he did for the sport of boxing. So I'm hoping AB definitely can pull that off. Hopefully get a big payday. He definitely deserved that to make some, major changes at this end of his career. So I'm hoping AB get that last big payday. So I'm hoping he beat Regis. So I'm pulling for him on that. But Regis, style-wise, that's a good matchup for AB. I think Bunny should get it over him. Bunny will beat Regis. Outboxing, long. Yeah, throw more punches, but they're going to give it to AB because both of their caliber are names probably.
So you think AB will win that fight, or are you hoping AB will win that fight?
At this point now, with AB, I want AB to win. But at this point, AB ain't showed what AB has anymore, combination punches. He's limited to a hook and a punch here and there. If Regis can outwork him, throw more punches. So that's a fight. I want AB to win, but most likely it looked like Regis could beat him at this point now.
Sorry, I was on mute. What about Tank Davis versus Mario Barrios at 140?
Well, I always believe in the science of boxing. Me, I live and die by that. If the big man knows how to fight, he will beat the little man, even Tank Davis. Leo Santa Cruz was showing everybody if you give angles, different movement against Tank, you can neutralize that. Mario is bigger. He got to be in better shape. Mario don't fight small fighters that good. He take a lot of body shots. He get tired. He falls in. So him and Virgil Hunter got a lot of work they got to do. But as a big fighter, he should be able to whoop Tank at 140. But is he going to do it? The flaws that he shows throughout his fights? No. That's why Mayweather and them picked him, because he's very flawed.
Got you. I know you spoke a little bit about Boots Ennis. I stepped away for a while, but it didn't seem like you were too favorable about Boots Ennis. But I thought a good fight for Boots Ennis right now would have been a fight with Virgil Ortiz. What do you think about that fight? And what do you think about young Virgil Ortiz?
Boots will win that because Virgil try to box. He comes forward. Boots will hit him with a bunch of combination punches. Boots will have enough chance to get out. Virgil ain't that aggressive to fight on the inside like that, in my opinion. He comes forward, but he throwing punches from like a boxer standpoint. So I would go with Ennis on that fight. But anybody who know how to catch and shoot and fight close to Ennis can clip him.
Yeah, outside of the Ennis fight, though, what do you think about Virgil Ortiz?
Virgil, he got a lot of work to do. Hooker was showing angles and stuff like that, lumped him up. He's just a made-up fighter. He only could whoop a certain style, you know, a no-puncher type guy. But any puncher gonna knock him out because he take too many shots. He got to come forward, so he will get stopped. I'm not sold on him. He's 16-0 or 17-0, 17 knockout. So yeah, he will get stopped. When fighters have those type of records, they do get knocked out because they used to punching. They come forward and want to punch with you, so they will get knocked out. So as soon as he step it up to a knight or a bishop, he will get stopped.
Got you. And what about Wilder and Malik Scott combination? What do you think that brings to Wilder's game?
Well, like I said, that was for IG or whatever media, social media that I was on. I liked it for, what was it, 30 seconds or whatever. But I liked the Wilder's long right hand if he get the right distance and the right leverage on it. It was always beautiful, that. But it's about his transition. That's where he got to be able to work on. I want to be able to see how he transitioned from left to right, moving in and out to keep that person in front of him so he can drop that right hand like he want to. So that's what Wilder, more you have to look at Wilder on that. His position, his foot positioning, not that right hand, because you already know that's good as gold. But his positioning. Because when he was fighting Fury, sometimes he'd be out of position, squared up, different things like that with King Kong until he caught him with the one. So he got to work on his foot position. That's more important for Wilder at this point.
Got you. Do you pay attention to amateur boxing? And if so, who are the top amateurs you see coming out of the U.S. and also specifically out of your state in Ohio?
Well, the one I know for sure in the amateurs is give a shout out to Otha Jones, Soul City Boxing out of Toledo, Ohio. His daughter, O'Shea Jones, she qualified to make the Olympics. She's a female. Oh, she's a dog. Her brother is Otha Jones III. He signed with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom or whoever on the zone. So her. And then we got we dealing with over on our side, we dealing with a lot of junior amateurs or whatever. We got the top ones in the nation. We got some of the top ones over here. So we're gonna have a lot of champs coming out of Toledo. And we're gonna be making a lot of headlines because we all over the nationals, all over the country now. But some of the amateurs now, I don't know a lot of them right now. Because, with the COVID, change up stuff. Plus, I'm chasing professionals, doing stuff on the professional level. So when they had cards here, I was able to, know some of the amateurs, like when Devin Haney came here and those type of fighters. I knew them because they was coming here. But since COVID, ain't no shows been here. And I don't keep up with all that right there.
I got you. What promoter had the best 2020 and who's having the best 2021 so far?
What promoter?
Right.
I would like to say maybe it looked like it could be Bob Arum put on a lot of shows. He fed us through that bubble. Jared Anderson from my hometown, he became a household name. He had a bunch of fights on there. Albert Bill from my hometown had a bunch. PBC was doing some, but that PBC is my favorite, because of Sam. So me, I'm gonna be biased and say PBC, but Bob Arum did a lot. He definitely did, and Eddie. So it's been a lot of boxing on. So but I had to go with Sam now because I'm fans with Sam, friends with him. So I go with PBC.
I understand. Yeah, you gave me 3 of them, but okay, I got you.
I love boxing, so I'm watching all of them. But I travel with PBC, so I love boxing. Yeah.
Speaking of PBC, how great is the great Al Heyman, and how
Well,
good is he for boxing?
oh, I think Al Heyman is. I haven't met Al Heyman personally, but Al Heyman is beautiful. Let me tell you a story. How I got into traveling for boxing based on the name of Al Heyman. A buddy of mine's, his cousin was the first rapper here in Toledo, Ohio. He had a cassette tape back then. His name was Timmy Perkins, Sweet and Low. Al Heyman was in the music industry. Sweet and Low had a music store here. He started bringing concerts here. He did business with Al Heyman to bring concerts here. So I was always into boxing my whole life before I was born. So his cousin, my buddy Derek Carter, hooked me up with Sam. He thought Sam was Al Heyman because of the connection his cousin had with Al Heyman. He said, man, just talk to them. They're real good people. So I went to a fight. I saw Sam. I'm calling him Al Heyman. He just smiled. Every fight, I'm going all over the country. Every time I see him, I make a note because my dude told me Al Heyman was a cool guy. Just talk to him. So I kept running up to Sam, talking to him. Then the next thing you know, I was telling him about E. Bunny, Albert Bill, different fighters from here. And he kept seeing me. So I said, man, you need to sign these guys. And then the rest is history. And I've been friends and close to him ever since. So with Al Heyman, I don't know him personally, but the story I was told, and it was fed off of Sam Watson, it has to be true. He's definitely an honor and a pleasure for boxing because my dude was doing business in the music, and everybody always say Al did this, did that. So, and Sam did it for me. So if he's a reflection of Al, they got to be good. So definitely. So I definitely say that.
Yeah, that's a great story, man. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
That's a great Al Heyman. Yeah, I think he's great for boxing, too. Hey, listen, let me ask you, what do you think about Clarissa Shields making a move over to mixed martial arts? What do you think that does for her boxing career?
Well, I like what Clarissa is doing. Like I was telling the guy, Crackhead, sometimes you got to do what you have to do. When you're in your own position, to call the shots, whether you win or lose, do you. If the boxing people ain't paying you enough, you done accomplished everything you had to accomplish, go on over there. If you ain't scared to get in the octagon or whatever, do what you have to do. When you have that opportunity, do it. So me, I commend that. Yeah, I wanted her and Ali to fight. I was hoping for that. Layla, I would have loved to see that. Even though Layla 41, 43 or whatever she is, I still would have loved to see that because of the history of the sport of female boxing. So that would have been beautiful. But Clarissa, I commend her for doing what she has to do. She getting it the hard way. She getting everything she got.
Yeah, I agree, man. I wanted to switch reels real quick and just ask you this, man, because you got some wild, way out views for some of it. But who do you think the baddest chick in entertainment is? 10, 15 years ago, if you asked who's the hottest chick in the game, I think it was an easy call. Everybody said Holly Berry, and a few people probably threw J-Lo's name in the hat. But right now, who do you think the hottest chick in the entertainment is?
The hottest chick? Dang, there's so many of them. I'm trying to think. I never, thought of because I see so many of them, and they be like, dang, she cool. She this and that. So I never really, let me try to think. Who is the hottest chick?
Top three.
Top 3 right now, the hottest chick. Well, I like the rappers. I like what you call her from New York. Her style, she ain't all that hot. Her style is nice. The Puerto Rican, is she Puerto Rican? Yeah, I like her style, her voice, or whatever. But she ain't one of the hottest. I'm trying to think who's the hottest. There's so many of them. You caught me off guard with that, man.
I'm talking about the music. I'm talking about the woman herself.
Right. I'm trying to think of some. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some of the hottest ones right now. Let me see if any of the actors. Yeah. I never really, thought about it. Like, it's so many of them, they look good, all of them basically. You know what I'm saying? They built up good and look good, they hot to me. If they fit that black figure, that shape, yeah, they hot to me. So, yeah, that's all they got to fit that.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's two sides to a coin, and if you rewind the tape long enough, it'll get to the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I feel you. Yeah. But I was trying to, you're going to have me thinking about that. Maybe tomorrow or the morning, I'm going to be like, yeah, she was high. I couldn't think of it right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's so many of them. I just see them and be like, oh, yeah, she fine or whatever. But to remember her name or something right now, I just can't think of them right now.
I got you. And then I'll switch reels and ask you this last question right now. Ma'Khia Bryant was murdered by police in Columbus, Ohio. I'm not sure how close Columbus is to Toledo, but what is the temperature out there in Ohio after that? And I know there's been a couple other cases too that happened out there recently. But what's the temperature out there in your state?
Oh, yeah, my state is Columbus is like 2.5 hours from me. Yeah, so my brother graduated from Old State. He's a Buckeye fan. So me, Columbus, where in my city is hot. A lot of black crimes, killing, senseless black crimes, black on black crimes, more than what the police is doing. With this pandemic money, the drugs and stuff like that. But as far as that Columbus thing, it was a sad situation because it escalated. It's been going on for a while, and we got to try to stop it as the older people. We got to change people's perception because our perception is our deception. So sometimes the way we perceive stuff with the media, words, it causes stuff wrong. Plus with the police coming in, they knew it was, is that the boy or the girl who got shot for stabbing? You said, because we had an incident like that too.
Lady. That was the lady.
Yeah, the one who got with the stabbing, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So when the cops got the call from it, they knew it was teenagers and different things of that nature. So they should have quickly, tried to downplay it and not kill her or whatever the issues was going on. It's probably stuff before that was a red flag that people didn't take heed of it. So it's bigger than me. It's spiritual. So we got to band together as blacks and people to, do what's right, help each other, be there for each other, even though we might have differences and things of that nature. So I'm always about being a servant and trying to help people if I can and try to, watch my words around people because I know people's minds is a terrible thing to waste. And, sometimes you can waste it like that just because of words.
Yeah, man. Well, I send some good energy to y'all, man, down there in Ohio, man, and hopefully things will get better, not just there, but all over this terrible United Snakes of America for us and our people. But, man, listen, I appreciate you coming out to the barbershop again, spending some time with us and, giving us your crazy and wild views, man. We appreciate your time, and we know you out there, and it's a little bit later, so get yourself some rest, man, and come visit us again soon.
Oh, for sure. Okay, thanks, man. Yeah, DB. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah,
your parting words, man. I want to say thank you for coming on, man. I look forward to seeing you. I didn't get a chance to catch up with you this weekend.
Yeah. This weekend, Fred, it was. Once I got there, I was trying to catch Sam, and then I had some other stuff I had to take care of. Then Saturday, it was just straight to the fight. I was just there for Friday afternoon and Sunday. I'm back home.
Gotcha.
So it was just for that. Yeah, I wanted to break bread with Sam, and plus, I was trying to put some stuff on my channel, get some interviews, but I didn't get no interview. Just footage from the inside the fight. That kind of did pretty good because of the riot.
Oh yeah, sure did.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, so it was definitely nice. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. Yeah, so it was cool.
Any last words, man?
Oh, not just hey. glad to be back connected on the barbershop conversation. It was my pleasure to do it. Hopefully I get a chance to do it again.
Yeah, we got to come back, man.
And remember my boy AJ. It's his fight to win it all and make the guru look right. So I'm going with AJ. Yes, so definitely. AJ is definitely the man. He's cool. So I'm going with AJ. Yes, definitely. Plus, I want to see, too, before I leave out, I want to see the fighters all get together, especially with what's going on. I want to see Mayweather and Wilder break bread. You know, everybody break bread, especially we have to do that because we got to send a different message. You know, we got to send a different message out here, you know, so it can sprinkle out everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we definitely got to do that. Yeah, so definitely. So it's been cool, Fred. Definitely.
Appreciate you, big dog.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All
right, for sure.
I appreciate you.
All right, later.
Later, dog. Hey, the Wilder hater, y'all.
What's up, Bobo?
I'm good. How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm super tired, man. That the British woman, man, she if Blue wasn't on the phone, I would have stayed and listened. But I knew Blue was gonna handle business and come with receipts and facts and use logic. And it wasn't even a debate. It was basically just a schooling. But the constant cutting off and the talking over, man, without no nourishment, man, that was draining me. I had to step away and go hit the juicer real quick, man. Not like Canelo, but you know what I mean, with real fruit. But
by the way, what's your prediction for Canelo and Billy Joe
for the fight?
Yeah.
Pain. Yeah, that was an old reference. You know, remember Club at Lane?
Oh no.
What's your prediction?
I missed
My
it.
prediction?
I missed it.
Okay.
I got Canelo by UD.
Okay. 3 to 5 people in the chat got it. They know Club at Lane. Yeah. And I can already tell you who got that reference. Yeah, it's that 5%. Sure enough. My prediction? Pain.
Thursday.
You said you got Canelo by UD.
Yeah.
No, I think if the fight goes to decision, yeah. I'm sorry. It's definitely they'll definitely give it to Canelo. I think Billy Joe Saunders will beat Canelo in our eyes, but they'll give the fight to Canelo. Yeah, I think there's this fight will tell us how the Demetrius Andrade fight against Canelo will look a bit. I think Demetrius Andrade is just a better version of Billy Joe Saunders. So if Billy Joe goes in there and looks really good and outclasses Canelo, then that'll tell us our story. Definitely a why Canelo stays far in a land far away from Boo Boo Andrade. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't care really. I mean, I guess I would lean towards wanting the Brit to win.
Yeah.
But yeah. Look at that. Look, I'm looking at the chat now to see the 5%. All right there. They go Jarvis. They go Champion Hart. Look. They go Hustler Slim. I told you.
I see it.
SS City Slicker. I told you. I knew it.
What'd you take up before you go eat? What did you make of the Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul thing?
I mean, everything that I would expect from that, from both of them. You know, Floyd is I'll do anything for the attention.
Yeah.
And he met a younger, lighter version of himself. I'll do anything for the attention kind of guy. And you know, for Floyd to have 50, 6'8", 280-pound bodyguards, Even though the guy didn't get nowhere, they should have been trying to rip that dude limb from limb. You know, they had an opportunity to grab him by his throat for putting his hands on Floyd. It would have been justified, you know, but they didn't. And Floyd got way too emotional afterwards. He grabbed your hat, dude. I mean, everybody knows that you look like George Jefferson up top. You know what I mean? So, but he got way too emotional. And I think, like you said, tomorrow all of the memes and everything will come out because of the emotion that he showed afterwards.
Yeah, he was very weak in that moment. Very, very weak in that moment. And I thought it was too much. I thought it was. I mean, it was too much. It was just over the top. Why would you? Well, now we know why he responded like that, because he knew the internet was gonna have a ball with his hat, and we knew the reason why he was wearing that hat was to protect that hairline. But still, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. Huh? Man, come on, man. Floyd, you ain't killing nobody.
Yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, Floyd's gonna go in there and he's gonna he's gonna embarrass the guy in the ring. Guy probably won't be able to touch him. You know what I mean? And you know, we wanted these guys to fight somebody who could really box, and you know, Floyd is that guy. He can really box, even though he's a, you know, mid-40s and retired. I think, you know, he still got enough in the tank to be able to cruise to an easy victory. Now, in a situation where Floyd goes in there and the guy can touch him a few times, God forbid he rock him, then yeah, wow. Wow.
I mean, he may land one or two punch, because he can fight. He'll be able to get with distance. You know, Floyd gonna come forward and, you know, and try and will. But the point I want to make is it don't matter what happens in the ring, because Floyd was gonna win anyway. Them motherfuckers brand just went, man, over the moon.
That's just because, you know, some of our people just get infatuated when they see stuff like that. I mentioned this before. They hear Eminem rapping, and all of a sudden, you know, guys claim that he's some god. They see Jason Williams dribble the ball, where they done seen Nate Tiny Archibald do it. They done seen Magic Johnson do it. They done seen Tim Hardaway with a crazy crossover. You know what I mean? They done seen Skip Tomalo and everybody else. They see Jay Wills throw, you know, 5 fancy passes in a season, and all of a sudden, you know, he's the best dribbler. He's super exciting. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes when some of our people see stuff happen from the people that's not blessed with melanin, man, they get so super excited. So I'm not excited like you are about it. I don't think these dudes are doing anything.
I'm not talking
special
about them being good fighters or being special. I said the brand.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
The brand,
but their brand is going up because me and you talking about them right now.
No, I think Floyd basically handed a percentage of his brand to them, because Floyd's brand can't get bigger fighting them. He only can get a big check. I think Floyd fighting him, Olympic bronze medalist, been fighting pro since '96. I think he basically handed his brand to them, and I think that it's going to do the similar things to what happened with Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor made $700 million 2 weeks ago, him and his team. So it's you know, and that's what I believe. No, they're going to be the Harlem Globetrotters of what's going on. You know, everybody that loses to Floyd is still on their first life. You know, like, Floyd is the greatest of this era. Yeah. Floyd should get paid. I'm not against this. I mean, he's an entrepreneur and he's creating revenue. I'm talking about just the brand. Now, at the end of all this, the Paul brothers will be big. They're gonna be big. And people are gonna pay attention to them. And I do believe that it's going to be multicultural with them, um, just because of their attachment to the younger generation. Like the YouTube era, Instagram era, and stuff like that. I think that's going to catapult them to a place where they haven't been yet. And they getting everything out of this. They got Floyd Mayweather on the hook. Damn.
It's just something about that skin, man. Adrian Broner was talking major, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's my
Major
next
dude.
video. That's my next video. And I was gonna do it today, but I was just in a jovial mood. But that's my next video. I was gonna talk about that tonight, but I don't have the energy to put into it. So I'll do it tomorrow. But that was my next energy. They're funny, and Adrian Broner's a nigga, and Conor McGregor and him are funny. Are funny. The Paul brothers and Conor McGregor are funny, and Adrian Broner's a nigga. But I just wanted to point it out. Like, this is the America we live in, and act accordingly. So
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's see what they talking about. Let's see, House of Slam. Let's see. Mike Ware said Eminem is in top 20. Yeah. Jay Dixon playing gets the same kind of love. Yeah, Jay Dixon, you're right. Caleb playing get the same kind of love. You know what I'm saying? Like we see something and they start calling them slick. And they did the same thing with Lomachenko, right? Yeah, you get it. Y'all get it. You just see certain things from these dudes and the adoration is just goes through the roof.
And then the nerve of Floyd, man. The nerve of Floyd, man. When he started talking about race out of nowhere, I'm like, Floyd, please save it, dog. You had 20 years, dog. You had and people get it at certain times. And I just don't believe them. That's all. So
what did he say? I didn't see that.
Oh, he said everything is about race. My black people, we not worried about you. Our black people died for this. So the point I'm making is I just don't believe him yet. I'm not gonna. People get it at certain times, certain ages. I definitely wasn't a perfect black man and never will be. But I think he's bringing up that element to draw in more money. I don't think he's drumming it up to be on the front line of the civil rights movement, which he has the capabilities of doing, with the finances that he has. So
he showed us who he was, man, many times. We go every 6 months we're gonna come back talking about, well, let's see, and maybe he turned a new leaf. Man, listen. At the end of the day, Floyd is gonna be who he is. You know what I'm saying?
Floyd is who he is.
His Conan ain't on the same level as Charles Barkley, but he's definitely got a grade in there.
Shit, they all in there together.
Grade B, grade A, grade B, grade C. He definitely get a grade. He just ain't up there with the Paris Denards and the Angela Stantons and those weirdos like that. But yeah, I'm getting no pass. But at the end of the day, yeah, listen, he going against this Wood. Yeah, I got him all day. So I just can't wait for these dudes to really get the cojones to want to get into a real fight with some kicking and some grappling. Get somebody choke their neck off.
Man, you crazy, man. Come on, man. The Harlem Globetrotters played in the Washington Nationals for 30 years, man. What are you talking about, man? Come on, man. Them people know what they doing with them, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. I know, yeah. One of them was talking about, I don't know, listen, they gonna end up getting it, man. One of them was talking about,
they gonna get it in the streets, not in the boxing ring. Like, they're gonna crash land because they don't have a talent. They're not. I mean, Jake Paul showed a little bit more talent as it pertains to boxing. That 1-2 did look good, but I mean, I don't see the true talent. I think they're Well, Jake Paul. I haven't seen much of Logan Paul. I'll just speak on Jake Paul. He knows how to promote. He knows how to get attention. But I mean, I don't see like true. Well, it is a talent to know how to promote yourself, and they're fearless in promoting. So they're I mean, they haven't shown signs of like race and all that, or racism and all that, but I'm sure it's gonna happen at some point. It always do.
Jake Paul, the I don't know, the taller one, the bigger one. He had a board out of what his goals were for 2020 on a whiteboard.
Wow.
They just showed it on one of the MMA channels,
Uh-huh.
and everything was all. I think everything other than Justin Bieber, it was all black people. It was met my idol, Lil Wayne, met favorite fighter, Israel Adesanya. Like, you know what I mean? Had such and such at my fight. Like, it was a board with like 20 things on there.
Wow.
And they were all black people. The only white person was Justin Bieber.
Uh-huh.
But so, you know, they seem to be trying to cater to the a younger crowd.
Yeah.
More a young. I don't even know what to call it. I would say hip hop, like I don't even know what to call it, the crowd. But yeah, that's what he seems like he's trying to cater to. And hey, listen, if the money's being raked in the way he's saying it is, and it's working. Hey, good point, Reggie. Reggie said y'all do realize that the most popular boxers are in the sport have gained fans and attention because of Floyd Mayweather, right? He's boosted boxers, but these lame profile builders didn't do anything with it. That's a fact. Yeah.
I mean, all the above is true. All the above is true, Reg. Jamel Charlo, Earl Spence, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, everybody that's around that potential Floyd fight, you know, could have done the same thing to Floyd, you know, in terms of putting his back against the wall. Now Floyd's back is against the wall. He's embarrassed tonight. First time in his life. Not first time. That I still haven't rewatched it, but that father-son episode was just the worst thing. That's one of the worst things I've ever seen on TV outside of death. You know, I was like, never, man, damn. But anyways, as I digress into what I was saying, Floyd's back is against the wall. He is embarrassed tonight. He's embarrassed. He's embarrassed by how he responded. He's embarrassed that he lost. And he's embarrassed that he was upstage. Floyd is never upstage in settings like that. He's always the victor, you know. And this is one of the few times, and I don't think he'll get a comeback because Jake Paul will upstage him. Jake Paul has no boundaries. His brother looked a little bit more reserved, but Jake Paul, man, Jake Paul gonna go after this. If Floyd flinches in the wrong direction, says the wrong thing, he's gonna go after his daughter. He's gonna go after. You understand what I'm saying? He's gonna go after. He's gonna bring up his rap sheet. I mean, he's gonna. You know, there are people out there that hate Floyd. You know, his ex-girlfriend is gonna go to Floyd, go to him, like, hey, he did this, he did that. You know, so
yeah, I agree with you. He will go after his daughter. I think that's a punk move, and I think that's when one of those bodyguards got to take that L for you real quick, and you know what I'm saying, grab this dude, and you know what I mean. Most you're gonna get is 90 days, but listen, we're finna bail you out immediately. But yeah, somebody got to take that. Somebody got to take that. He got to take that on the chin.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I agree. Kids stay out of it. I would agree with you. But just knowing him, like they ain't got no connection to the sport, the history of the sport, what Floyd done did. They have no connection to that shit. It's like a 6-year-old kid meeting his great grandparents. Who gives a fuck? I know you old, but I don't have no connection to you. You know what I mean? I mean, that's a far-fetched comparison, but you get my point. But it's they. I agree with you, DB, in terms of the kids should stay out of this, but they ain't got no boundary. They ain't got no chill.
Jake Paul already. He called for when Kamaru Usman won his fight 2 weeks ago. He asked for, I'll fight, come and fight me in a boxing match. and Usman told him, come on, come do some MMA. We can get down for sure.
Mhm.
And so he ended up saying, Usman is ducking me and so forth. Usman was like, man, listen, I'm not going to spend time on what they call those, not Mickey Mouse, what do they call those? On a Disney kid. That's what he said. And then I guess he probably went through Usman's Instagram or something, but found a picture of Usman and his daughter at Disneyland, and posted the picture on his Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So Usman was like, "Listen, I'm not gonna be going back and forth with you playing games, but I changed your life in the worst way." So you know what I mean? Like for posting that picture of him and his daughter. You know what I'm saying?
There's certain things you don't do or say.
Yeah, and you can't go backwards.
Yeah, you can't. You can't go back. Once you mention a man's children, man, it's pretty much a done dealio. So I wouldn't suggest that he do it, because men will look at him like, come on, man, this is about you and Floyd. It ain't about Floyd. It ain't about what she did as a woman. It's about you and Floyd. Keep it there. But I just sense that if Floyd retaliates, and Floyd is going to retaliate, he's going to find something. He got the money to dig. You know what I mean? Floyd got the money to dig, but once you dig, just know it's going to come back on you. And they going to come back every day, every hour. You know what I mean? They ain't got no chill. So Floyd got to be a little bit more calculated, a little bit more calculated in terms of how it should happen. So
yeah, pound for pound said, did y'all see Big Baby Miller there with Floyd? I did not.
Yeah, I did see that. That shit was funny. Oh, that shit was funny. I will say that shit was hilarious. He walked up to Big Baby Miller and said, "Oh, you one of Floyd's bodyguards? Oh, you lift weights?" Oh my gosh. I mean, that is king troll. See, that's what I'm saying. He knew who Big Baby Miller was because he posted that clip. He funny, man. I'm gonna say he funny, but he teeter-totters on that line of like you put yourself in a vulnerable state, like that guy, like, hi, I'm Tyrone. You know what I mean? What that dude say? Yeah, you put yourself in the state. So yeah, Big Baby. Like, can I be honest with you, man? I don't get 100 people following me. What does the 20th person feel that's following Floyd? Like, do you feel you're a part of the team, or do you feel like you're a groupie? For real, I'm being honest.
They feel like they're a part of the team. And to answer your question earlier, you said, out of 20 people or 100 people that Floyd knows, how come nobody tells him about his hair? Like, this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
The same reason why, a regular chick that's cute won't tell a dude something when he fart in the car with her, or burp out loud, or start cursing too crazy, or pick up the phone while another chick is calling, because they don't want to get off the gravy train. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes are there to be a part of it. It's a job. Number one, they getting a paycheck to do something, you know what I mean? And also, these dudes are the same. You got to think about it. These are the same kind of guys that are the same type of women that's putting on these fake eyelashes and these weaves, and they like to take photos and post them on the gram.
Yeah.
It gives them some sort of identity, right?
Mm-hmm.
They turn around, they bust it open and twerk, and like, that's their identity.
Right.
And other than that, you wouldn't go to their page to see them say nothing, because they ain't got nothing to say.
Right. I get that.
So these are the equivalent to those. These dudes are the equivalent to those type of chicks.
Mm-hmm.
They squares.
Right.
So yeah.
But it's just and we've never seen Floyd lose in the ring. We've never seen him lose in a press conference. So this is like, I don't think Floyd can come back from this in terms of like not seeing this. You understand? I mean, obviously he'll come back. Like, this is water under the bridge. It's gonna be a new story tomorrow. But I'm talking about in terms of his brand getting bigger. How can Floyd make his brand bigger? I was thinking about that today. He doesn't have another, and this is a objective statement. This ain't like me like jabbing at Floyd. He a piece of shit. He this like, but seriously, what skill set does he have to build his brand? To expand his brand. People gonna say, "Oh, he get the money," but that doesn't expand your brand. That makes you more. I understand from a theoretical perspective, you have the money can build your brand, but I'm talking about like what layers do you have to your life? I've never seen a layer to Floyd. You know, like I watched that interview the other day, and I was mad. I watched it prior to this. I was like, okay, it was the $1 million worth of game. Them niggas asked him 84 different times, 84 different ways about how much money he has. And I'm like, dog, we already talked about that shit. Like, we know he got the money. Like, take Floyd somewhere else in the conversation, you know. So
it was with Gilly the kid.
Yeah,
and,
it was stupid. Like it wasn't an informational. It was like a starter kit interview for Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? Like if you don't know Floyd and it was your first interview, it was cool. But if you've seen Floyd throughout the years, you already know I'm rich. I got a lot of money. I invested this. I bet on myself. You know what I mean? And that's it. But maybe it doesn't damage Floyd. I don't. But but what's the next level for Floyd?
I don't know. Pound for Pound said he will get bigger if he signs Logan and Jake to the money team after he fights them. Well, I don't think that they will go for that because they've already built a lane for themselves without having a boss.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, at this point, like, why go backwards? Like, what is Floyd going to do for them that they can't already do for themselves? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And yeah, they don't want to be, for these dudes, they don't want to be affiliated with them. They just want to be affiliated with them. They want to use the name.
Gotcha.
To use his name to build their own name. Yeah. They don't want to go to report to Floyd and have meetings with him and have him represent. Yeah, they don't think that highly of him. They just know that his name is big enough. And, you know, man, I hate to see this kind of stuff for Floyd, man. I just love seeing Floyd in the ring. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy this time,
He a circus now.
Right after the Berto fight, like it should have just been a wrap. And Floyd, his stock actually would have risen from not even getting these extra little wins that don't really mean nothing. You know, Pound for Pound also asked, is it going to be the same rules as the Tyson and Roy fight? That same sort of exhibition? Do you know?
I don't know, but it don't matter. Floyd is Floyd is special, man, in that ring. He ain't got no chance, dog. He ain't got no goddamn. To me, he ain't got no chance. I've seen people spar at 30 pounds disadvantage. You know what I mean? And they have their way. Like it's not gonna make much of. Floyd knows all he has is the right hand. He has one chance. And Floyd to catch it or slip it. And there we go.
KJ had a question. Kenlon said Triller is strongly considering moving the Teofimo fight off of June 5th due to competition from Floyd's fight the next day. They may put it on Juneteenth in competition with Charlo. Shaking my head.
Yeah, I mean, they have no regards for that because it's going to be in a different city. So, and Charlo's not changing numbers. You know, Charlo doesn't move the meter in terms of boxing fan base. So they'll get a percentage. Charlo will get a percentage, but Charlo's gonna be on Fox. No, he's gonna be on Showtime. So Showtime is only bringing in 300,000 people, man. At this stage, you know. So it's not gonna move the meter, and I'm just speaking logistical. You know, I'm gonna watch the Charlo fight. I'm not paying for the Teofimo fight, but it's gonna be. It's gonna be more people watching Triller just because of the acts and stuff. But that's actually I'm not sure if that's a good move, but I'm interested to know and learn how did they get that? How did Showtime get that date? because you shouldn't have a fight that close to your thing, but it may goes to like Al's connection with AEG, or whoever else is in charge of that particular stadium,
Hey, where did you see it? Somebody just said that. Who said it? Where did you go? Oh, Signature Sound said, imagine if Tank was there today. I just thought about that. I was thinking about that
I never thought about that.
a minute ago, but shouldn't Floyd have had all of his fighters there?
Man.
They need to be at every event, right? He needs to be promoting them, right?
No,
promoting.
I'm gonna do a video on that too, man. Like it's two-pronged. Floyd is taking a lot of attention from everything in the month of June and maybe the first week of July. Floyd is very self-absorbed, and it's going to do great damage to the promotion of Tank Davis in terms of pay-per-view numbers and media attention, because now no one's going to ask a Tank question until June 7th or June 8th. And then they're going to be asking Tank, so what do you think of Floyd fighting Jake Paul? They ain't going to say, hey, who Mario Barrios ain't got a name big enough that will trump the first 3 or 4 questions about Jake and Logan Paul. But because Tank fight is on pay-per-view, it's gonna greatly impact the numbers, because who wants a $500 cable bill? The other side is the reason why Floyd has the June 6th card is because Showtime and PBC needs to generate revenue. And they believe that this is a revenue generator. So if they get the numbers that they get, it will give PBC some financial freedoms to make some moves as it pertains to making more fights. So that's my perspective on it. So
peace out, Lance Myers. Thanks for coming through, bro.
Thank you, Lance. New guy, right? New guy?
No, Lance been here.
Oh, okay, Lance. Okay.
Yeah. Lance been here. Somebody else just made a point too. They said, they said that he was Tank was in camp. But Mir made a good point. He said Tank card is later that month, so I think it would have been a good time to.
Oh, it's a great idea. Oh, I wasn't disagreeing with you. Not at all. I wasn't disagreeing with you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What did Mike? He said something good too, man. Said it looked like the Charlos are going to start branding themselves separately. Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Well, Jamel would love that.
Right. Yeah, I think when they were coming up, I think the more of the attention and hype went around what we used to call Big Charlo.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had the earlier success, but now it's male, and this dude is getting ready to be undisputed. Man, I don't know if I mentioned this the other night, but I was thinking about this, man. Me and baby girl was having a conversation, and she was asking about the undisputed and all of that. And I'm like, Jermell would have been or could have been considered pound for pound number one after unifying his last belt and becoming undisputed. With his resume and the division that he's in, with his name and everything, right?
Sure.
Beating every person that he has been in the ring with, avenged the loss against Tony.
Yeah.
But he kind of killed that when he said that Canelo was the best fighter in the world.
I thought that.
So
that was my first thought. That was my first thought when he said that. That's funny
right.
You said
even
that.
If he wins, he kills his own self by making that asinine comment.
That's funny you said that, because I'm like, well, you're not the best fighter in the world.
Man, one fight away from it. Sign of the times, TVHQ, what up?
But I always think that when all the fighters say that, like, oh, he's the best fighter. Well, don't get mad at me. Okay, I'm just going to agree with you. I'm not debating him. He is. Canelo's the best fighter in the world. Fuck it. I'm done trying to brainwash these motherfuckers into believing in themselves.
Yeah, and I don't know if that was like I don't know if that was sort of like a shot at Terrence Crawford because EJ is his stablemate, so he don't want to say it's
no, he's in
Terrence,
love
but
with. He's in love. They spent money on a private jet to go to Miami, dog. They in love with Canelo. They got crushes on Canelo, dog. Like these fighters got real, like how these niggas got crushes on Floyd. That 21st person following Floyd. These fighters got real crushes on Canelo. Oh man. Like Shakur, I just want to meet him. Can someone put me in contact with him? Huh?
yeah, I think the reason why they're doing that is because that I remember that poll. Remember we were talking about that poll that I think Dante did or a while ago, but it came out somewhere. But breaking down the boxing fans and who's got the most fans or where the fans come from and who buys the most pay-per-views, and it was that Mexican fans, purchased the most, fight or attend to fight the most and purchase the most pay-per-views or whatever. I think since people see that the Mexican fans are fanatical, they want a piece of that, so they want to suck up to them. Everybody's got a Spanish girl now and a Spanish mommy, you know what I mean? And Canelo's their favorite boxer and just everything that's around it. You know what I'm saying? I'm really it. And man, listen, I'm on the other side, super melanated. You know what I'm saying? And these dudes ain't it, and can't wait to claim just any piece of it. Yeah, it's pretty sick, man. It's pretty sick. But Jamel took a shot at Jamal. Yeah. Mel Charlo was too emotional to think like that. Let me see. Fred on. Damn, that's cold. Mike Worry said Fred on a higher reading level than Jamel.
Yeah, that's just for one night. Tomorrow night I'll be back down to pre-K. Won't last long. Won't last long.
Okay, Tone Brown said Canelo was one of the top 25 fighters in the world.
I mean, duh. But he is a cheater, though. He's a cheater. So I don't really. Every time I see Canelo, I see cheater. I don't think like. I know y'all think but no, he is to me, he is a stone cold cheater. I think he's cheating now. I think he's cheating now.
Yeah, but it's that same fascination that I talked about with Eminem and all those other people. You know what I'm saying? If just imagine if Errol Spence Jr. had got cracked for pissing hot, it would never disappear.
No.
I mean, it would be the topic of every single fight. You see what happened to John Jones over in MMA?
Look at Big Bay Miller. He's a security guard now.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, but Casper Jumbo, what up, Casper? Casper said, DB, if Floyd had sailed into the sunset, his legacy would have been intact, but his stock definitely wouldn't have risen. Okay, yeah, I mean, I just meant maybe you're right, maybe not his stock would have risen, but maybe his the level of respect for him would have probably risen or stayed at a high level. But staying around and fighting against tension and fighting against the pause and was there somebody else too? I think was there another?
Yeah, TBA. I have no proof. TBA. I have none. Zero.
But yeah, I agree with you, Casper.
I just believe it. Like I just have man. Once it's cheater, always a cheater. Right? Isn't that what they say? I don't believe that, but ain't that what they say?
Man, Tone getting mad. I'm be disrespecting his family.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you definitely could change your ways. I just think that he has a competitive advantage, man. Whatever it is.
Yeah, and just some things, man. Like giving Conor McGregor that chance, man, when you could have given anybody that chance. Now, I don't think that they would have made $700 million, but anybody that Floyd fights is going to make a whole lot of money. and he's coming out of the woodworks now talking about Boots Ennis needs to get more respect. Well, why don't you do something about it then? You giving these millions to everybody else. Why don't you set up something so that Boots Ennis can make some more money and get some more respect? Oh man, yeah. PJ Big Dog said, "Yeah, in fact, they would bring it up every fight. Spence DUI will always be brought up by Obedia." Yeah, talk to him, PGH.
Oh, good. Yeah, I mean, but he was never convicted of a DUI, so
right. But I'm just saying, imagine if it was popped for steroids, though. That's directly linked to the sport.
Right.
Man.
They even asked David Benavidez ain't lived that down. They asked him in so many different ways. You know?
Yeah.
He's like a rebel to the Mexican fans. Like he's like I think like they see him as like a tweener.
They see him as Oscar De La Hoya to Julio Cesar Chavez.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
You know, it's who the older guy who's been around longer, who's more established, you know, and he's born in Mexico and lives over there versus this other guy who's, Arizona, California.
I like David, man. He raw. David raw, man. Bring him. What? We right here.
Yeah. Let me see. The only few certain kind of Mexicans. They only F with certain type of Mexicans. I got you, D. Will. Yeah. And Kevin Evans said, I think he beat Canelo Benavidez. Yeah. And that's why Canelo made a statement that he won't fight any other Mexicans. Tom Brown won't talk about that, though. Mm-hmm.
Oh, he did come back and say, I saw an interview. I've been doing a better job at catching up on the interview. So I did watch an interview. And he said something about a Mexican fighter. And he said, yeah, I'll fight David Benavidez.
Yeah, it sounds good because it's the build up to his fight,
I know.
He won't do it. Is that the OG Deacon in the building? Salute Deacon 305.
Hey,
yeah, he's just talking to build up his fight right now, man.
Oh, I see him calling now.
He didn't have nothing lined up.
Yeah. Sunday, Dick, you late, man. You late. Sunday.
Oh, it's 12:30, man. We got to start wrapping it up.
We got to get out of here. We ain't about to give you 15 minutes on this motherfucker. Hell no. Nah. Love you, though.
Look at Tom Brown Alvarez. Canelo said he'll fight David Benavidez.
Yeah, I know. He knows he's 2 years away from even that. He did say he want to fight 7 more years, though. But I mean, he gonna make so much money, man. You know, he gonna make so much money, man. Damn.
Hold on. C. Jones said Benavidez cheated too. Benavidez got cracked for steroids? I thought he just got cracked for crack.
He got coke or whatever.
Yeah.
That white girl.
Yeah. Lily White. Yeah, that's it. So, man, that ain't cheating, man. This dude just being a youngster, man, just making
That's
crazy.
That's funny you said that because I said the same goddamn thing when it came. I'm like, man, the kid just got his first check and you know what I mean? Like, you know, obviously there's some benefits to it in terms of losing weight and all that shit, but you know, I mean that's a side effect. That nigga didn't take no cocaine to lose weight, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. My opinion, just my opinion. He took that shit because he enjoyed it.
Man, as I said, that Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, that Christina Aguilera, man. That yayo, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, surviving Kensington. He said Benavidez will whoop that bro. Canelo shook. Talk to him, surviving. Talk to him. Yes, indeed. All right, man. Well, bro, who you want to get some love to, man?
Everybody, man. I appreciate
the
Wilder hater coming on. I appreciate KD Doctor 7989 with the last super chat. He says Floyd ain't let any boxer
take a breath.
Take a deep breath. Okay. Whew. Floyd ain't let any boxer take his shine or spotlight and attention and money. TMT Promotions, most important fighter is Floyd, and Floyd promotes Mayweather. How was that?
Talk to him, Fredro.
Man, I can read. I can read.
Right on. All right. And thank you to KDDR7989. Man, that's a crazy long name. But yeah, thanks for the super chat. And thanks for everybody else that super chatted, chimed in, called in, beamed in, and had the chat going. Salute to y'all, man. Hit the thumbs up real quick. Don't forget, today is Friday in the barbershop. We will not be here today.
Damn.
Today is Friday in the shop. It's already Friday on the East Coast, but man, do not come banging on the door looking for a fade tomorrow. We won't let you in.
No one's gonna be
I'll
here.
be in the shop sweeping up, and Patty Dean might be towards the front doing some paperwork. But man, leave us be. Let us get our work done, and we'll see y'all on Sunday. But I'm gonna give some love to the fan band before we bounce. Yeah, Hustler Simmons said, "Good job, Fred. You've been practicing." Yeah.
Yeah, Hustler Simmons.
Robert Brown said,
"No, that
"Hey,
nigga.
Coach,
Hold up. That nigga can't spell. That's not how you spell my name, you dumb motherfucker. That's not how you spell my name, you illiterate motherfucker. That's not that's not how you spell my name. That nigga retarded. That nigga got that. Him and Floyd.
That was an homage to you, though.
Him and Floyd were motherfucking study mates. You know what I mean? They dropped out of third grade together. What? Appreciate you, Deacon. Come back Sunday, man. Come back Sunday. You can get your 32 minutes, man. Come back Sunday, dog.
I get my brother Jay Dixon. He said, "I want Patty Dean to fade me up."
PPD.
Yeah. Right. Oh man. Shout out to Robert Brown, man. Kevin Abinseth, my brother Jay Dixon, the boxing section, TBS Cow. Sliding over the cows after this. Rob G. Film, my brother, Mr. Tennessee himself. Hustler Slim in the building. Xavier Martinez, Esta en la casa. Boxing Truth Serum, my cousin in the building. He said, "Good show, fellas. Thank you."
What's a good
my
show?
brother YV, California, Northside, represent. What up, Yoba? He said, "Peace." Hotep Shalom in the building. He said, "Shalom, my barbershop family." Absolutely. Shalom to you, brother. Tone Brown in the building. Salute, my brother TB. Who else we got in here? Southern T Boxing. You came in late. Southern T, I ain't seen you all night.
It was late. I saw him when he came in. He's like, "You still up?"
All right, right on to our family, Southern T Boxing. He said, "Fred, still going." Yeah, still going. S. Riddle 45 in the building. And Zykern. Well, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
And Crackhead Music, man. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
I was trying to do it, but he responded to you.
Right on. Surviving Kensington. He said Canelo shook. Yeah, we see it. Let's see who else we got in here. We got C. Jones 0224. D. Will in the house. Deacon 305. Shout out to Florida and Florida boys. Mike Wibery the Great. Salute to you. PGH Big Dog. Shout out to
man.
you.
Appreciate you, PGH.
Yeah, let's see. I think man, everybody else done faded and disappeared.
Yeah, Xavier. Y'all gotta get some Porter merch, man. He fighting in July. Shit, July gonna be heavy. Porter said he fighting in July. Spence fighting in July. So we're gonna have a good month in July.
Yeah. Hot footage. Salute to you. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Appreciate you coming in.
Yeah. Let me see. Mir in the building. Salute. Travis Jones, Sign of the Times TV HQ. Salute Casper Picasso. Let's see. Pound for Pound Sports Entertainment, Champion Heart. There we go. Who else then came in? Let me slide back to the bottom, get the rest of these brothers, man. President Jafar, salute to you. Mark Fralin. Yeah, Chef Dre Bug. Signature Sounds. My brother Brandon Washington. Kenlon Jones. He said, "Fire show tonight." Thank you, man. Surviving Kensington. He said, "Philly here." Okay. Is that who called in from Philly?
K-O, something like that.
Okay. I know somebody was from Philly on there. All right, man. I think we got everybody, man. Let's see. Yeah, hot footage. Oh, you said thanks. Yeah, you got it, man. Absolutely, man. So see y'all over at Cows. And if not, man, we'll see y'all back here on Sunday, man. Y'all have a safe weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Be black, be brown, be beautiful. And hug somebody you love, man. Hug them kids, man. Take that cell phone out your kids' hands, man. Take the video games out their hands, man, and be a parent for a few minutes. Yeah. Play the song, Fred!
Appreciate you. Speaking of Floyd, Floyd is playing with them Florida boys. Oh man, Floyd, man. I don't think Floyd brand can get bigger after this. I don't think he can get more famous. I don't think he can get George Foreman grills. Like, I don't think he can reinvent himself like George Foreman. I don't think he got that in him, you know. I think he likes that, like that mystique of like of his perception of being an outlier, you know. Yeah, he's. I wish him well though, man. Like, I think his 60s is gonna be real rough on him.
Well,
yeah.
I know one thing for sure. People Hernandez just dropped 5
Mike,
mics on
absolutely. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Shout out to people.
Yeah.
People can't get no love for it.
Oh, I didn't give him love? I did in my head. Oh, shit. I'm tired to the motherfucker. But I did give you love in my head, People Hernandez. When you said it, I said it. But oh man, People Hernandez, man. What's up, man? I'm sorry. Damn. Man, gang banging over here. Man. What sets you from? People Hernandez?
Yeah.
My family's last name is Pebles. I'm not hating.
My brother Reg. I thought you was gone.
See, Reg, I always think I'm hating. No, he gonna be a loner. Just watch. Just watch what happens, man. He gonna be a loner, man. He buying friends. I've been around the man enough to know. And you build your house on sand.
You know who got something to say?
Who's that? Rob G. Film.
Rob G. Film. Get him, Rob.
Personal statement. Turn to be the greatest. Yeah. Stop hating on them Republicans. Stop hating on them black Republicans. Reg. Shit. God damn. Floyd's a black Republican. Talk about him. Shit. He went to the motherfucking Trump inauguration. Talk about him. Stop picking and choosing. Give love. He supported Donald Sterling. Remember, that's my friend. I sat next to him at a fight, at a game one time. Oh, man. That's why, man, these Helen Keller Democrats will get you every time, man. It's final round. Life's a play with no rehearsal. Take it personal.
If my album is a lie.
Hey, you think if I would have went to Donald Trump inauguration, Reggie Owens would have he would have forgave me, Reggie?
Yeah.
Would never go. But anyways, man, I'm not talking about being I'm not talking about being single. I'm talking about just, man, when you're not a man, you're not a man, dog. Like, when you're not a man, you just not a man. And
welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Anyways, I love y'all, man. Republican on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. All right, well, today is Thursday, nigga. Go at them. Love y'all, man. Love you, DB.
Reggie Owens, Brandon Washington, DB, Beard. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Love you, baby.
Love you too, King. Thank you.